Let's do that.
One sec.
Wait, what happened to the cameras? Okay.
Oh, you're good. It's mine.
Okay, there we go. All right, so who wants to do a recap? Anybody? If not, I will.
I can do a recap. We last session started with us mid-battle with the eye gougers, aka eye eaters, rather. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
And poor Theo unconscious. We had some good critical strikes and managed to take the little critters out. There were a couple different entrances we could pursue further through the cave than we did. Going down on several occasions. And poor Sir Reynard, while exploring, managed to fall into quite a deep cavern, injuring himself. He managed to climb out, apparently, but as he got halfway up, he fell down again, further injuring himself.
It took me like an hour to get out.
Then he got out and immediately walked right back into it.
We had practice, though.
Yeah.
I have a question.
So our third rescue went actually very well. We were very accomplished mountain rescue team at this. Let's just put that there. We continued down through the tunnels and came to what appeared to be the nest of the creatures. It was unoccupied at the time. I think we may have set fire to it. I'm not sure if we did or not. But we continued, our investigation continued onwards, deeper into the cave, where we heard whispering. Someone talking to a second person, and we discovered a doorway, an ancient dwarven doorway. It took us a short bit to figure out how the door worked. We managed to get through it into actually a small, quite old and dilapidated old parent dwarven room as part of this copper mining now abandoned thing. That we did come across some runes carved in the wall that said, "Here ended Jurdam's folly." I think it was a reference to the mining operation not panning out the way the dwarves wanted, but who knows. We came across, I'm trying to think of the gentleman's name now. Do you guys remember what his name was?
Something like Tulwar.
Oh, I do have it. Tarwal.
Close.
We found a raggedy old man in his torn up clothing, pretty foul, smelly. He had Kyle, the missing child, tied up. At first, I know I was very suspicious of him. I thought he was a cannibal. But as we separated him from the kid and from Kyle, and then cut Kyle loose from his bonds, we found it almost in some weird way Tarwal was trying to protect the child, and we eventually found out he was from his own impulses to murder the kid because he had discovered an ancient dagger in this cave, and it was controlling him to a certain extent. It had an engraving on it that Sir Reynard was able to read. It was ancient Dwarvish. It said, "Death to all," engraved on it. Gashrul's blade, and it seems well because I touched it, because Sir Gaimar touched it. I was luckily able to, I guess, overpower its impulses to control me as well. It wants anybody that touches it to kill. And as we threw it into a bag so no one else had to touch it, walked outside and immediately saw the town on fire. The dragon was in the distance, about maybe a mile or two away, just kind of hovering, looking directly at us. And scorched into a field just north of the settlement was an arrow pointing in the direction of the dragon. And he, as we kind of put the pieces together that he was sending us a signal, the dragon turned around and continued to fly away. At that point, we entered the town. We came across, we were moving through, and what is the name of the lord in the town?
Mailed.
Lord Mailed came out to speak with us, ask us, if we knew, I guess, maybe what was going on. Talking about the dragon struck without, with little notice, extremely quickly, and kind of flew away. People were killed, not by the dragon, it turns out, by a strange group of people in robes and hoods who came in, and it turns out they were in the home of the priest of Peony, and they had gone through it looking for something. We looked around, we found that in one of the rooms they found what they were, they didn't find apparently what they were looking for. What they were looking for was the blade, we think. They had pulled up a floorboard and there was a hole in the ground, apparently where this box had, and sometime in the recent past, been removed. And we still don't know who moved it, who the hooded figures were, what their relationship is with the dragon. The priest was clueless as to this dagger even being on the property. He had just moved in a short time ago, maybe 6 months, a year ago. And this is a very new town, so it's not as if it's ancient. So there's quite a few mysteries, but at this point, our goal is to follow the dragon. We kind of talked about what we should do. If we should take this dagger to the priests at the sheriff's castle, or should we go out on our own to see if this is what the dragon wants? If this is some magically powerful dagger, what could happen if it lands in the hands of this cult and the dragon? That's kind of where we left it. Does that sound like a good summary, guys?
Yeah, I have a couple things to add if we have time.
Sure.
Go ahead.
That.
Yeah.
There are some aspects of it, like we don't know how the dagger got from that underground brick chamber to the water, that pond. That's a big mystery. But the other thing is, we assumed the dragon was looking at us. He was looking back, is what we were told. He might have been just looking for his, at the time that he was looking, we didn't know he had robed acolytes or whatever in the town. He may have been waiting for them. So this dragon might not sense the dagger at all, and they might not know where the dagger is at all, because the fact that they just left the town and went north means they didn't sense the dagger, is my take on it. But that's just after we saw what happened in town. I think we might have misinterpreted what we saw at the time that it happened.
Totally fair.
From the cave.
Yeah, that was a lot of just
conjecture.
It was
right?
very far away.
Very far away. We couldn't tell where he was looking really.
He was just a little dot in the background with we could see his wings and his body shape, but that was really sort of
Exactly. So that was it. I think the only thing you missed in the cave was the funky mushrooms, and they weren't that big a deal.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean
The
they're
acidic mushrooms in the cave.
yeah.
They were kind of a big deal.
Yeah, they could have hurt us really bad. Yeah,
We got lucky. We managed to dodge the
Yeah.
spray when Sir Reynard, I think, picked him up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did it.
I did it.
Rainer, you want to
some
add
credit.
anything to this recap?
No, I think
You think it was pretty good?
that was pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are currently sitting just outside of the peony shack. The priest is there. He basically let you know that he did not know anything about this hole in his floor, and he's not sure why the bricked up box that was under his floorboard has Lorani symbols all over it. They look like they're some kind of warding symbols, but he's not really into the whole Lorani religion. He's a peony, so he might be getting some things wrong, but they look like protective wards or something like that. They're not violent. Like if you touch them, they're not going to explode, that kind of stuff. The bricks were busted inwards, so something inside did not like burst out of it like a chest burster. These cultists, or I'm going to call them cultists, came in and went through the town, killing anybody that was near them with swords, and a couple of them died with arrows. The dragon had set a few houses on fire, but also in the field burned an arrow into the field. The cultists went straight to this house, straight to this shack, and luckily the priest of Peony wasn't in his house. He was out trying to help the people in the town, and also hiding from a dragon. And then they went straight to his house, basically barged in, went straight to the location where this floorboard was removed, and broke into the we'll call it a chamber. So apparently, if there was any kind of like magical protective wards on it, obviously they didn't do their job. And so they busted it open, took whatever was inside, and fled. And by the time Sir Mayald had gotten his armor on to go down and maybe help defend the town, it was all over with by then. So it transpired in less than 30 minutes, probably. The dragon attack, people freaking out, then these cultists running in, grabbing what they need, killing whoever got in their way, and then they fled. The priest said that he saw about 6 of them, maybe more. They were all wearing like these gray robes, but they were carrying swords, and the ones he saw were carrying swords, and they headed north. They fell back north. That's all he can share with you. All right, and I think that's where we're at. So what do you guys want to do?
I think that dagger may never have been in that chamber. Whatever was in that chamber, they might have busted it and taken. It could just be a coincidence, or they could be related somehow. But we assumed they were after the dagger. It might not be. They might have got what they wanted.
Well, I think Theo wants to go get his halberd out of wherever he had stored it. I believe wherever we were staying at the time. Wait, no, the 10-foot poleaxe is what it was.
What 10-foot poleaxe? The one that you borrowed from the Lord?
The one I bought.
Did you pay him for it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have it then. It'd be on your horse.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's basically letting you guys know that, yeah, your horses are all perfectly healthy. The manor was never attacked or anything.
Perfect.
I think we have two options: go after the dragon and see what's going on, or go to the archbishop and hand him that dagger. I think we've got those two options.
I think we need to see
Always.
the dragon first before it leaves another message.
Okay.
Steven says in the chat, maybe the dragon was attacking the cultists.
I mean,
Just
I would
throwing-
say
that could be one of the-
dragon
that could be
go after the cultists.
No, I don't know.
Myself.
It's possible. It's
He's
possible.
just throwing out ideas. He goes, I don't
Sure.
know. Yeah.
Sure.
Everything's a guess at this point. We don't have any facts. It's so conjecture.
Yeah.
Well, you are here for a reason,
Yep.
and but that doesn't mean. But you're also here with your own initiative. So if you find something that's more important than this dragon sighting, then you should take it upon. You want to take it upon yourself to resolve that as well, or instead of whatever you guys want to do.
Well, we were sent here to find out about the dragon sighting, so
Okay.
we should probably
Mm.
go to the dragon. Though I am also worried about what it might mean for us bringing a knife to those who may have been looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it obviously got some power to it, and we don't understand it at all.
Oh, I opened the wrong module. Sorry.
What time of day is it, Derek?
2-ish?
2-ish? Okay.
Yeah, it's mid-afternoon.
Can
Okay.
we-
Okay, yeah. Sorry, keep going. I'm just trying to get the 10-foot poleaxe stats for our brother here.
Yep. It should be on my character sheet already. I just had it marked off because I couldn't carry it into the cave. It's a bit long and the cave's a bit short.
Well, I have a list of data on this thing, so just tell me if you've got it right. If you don't, just replace it with this. It's
Yep.
8 pounds.
Yep.
It's got a weapon quality of 25.
5 weapon quality.
Yeah, WAC or whatever. No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. No, wait, hold on. Back up. That's not a weapon quality. That's your attack
That's like
plus
Yeah.
25. And your defense is plus 5. And then it's a 696 for damage.
yep.
All right, you got it. Okay, what are you guys doing? You guys have gone back to the manor, I take it. You've gathered up all your belongings, that stuff that you had left in there, as well as your horses. And what'd you say you wanted to do? Because it's mid-afternoon.
I would like. Can we look at the main map so we can see?
Do you
if
own
there's-
a main? Do you own a main map?
I own a map.
What does it look like?
I don't know. I assumed of the country.
Okay, I got it.
Might have
I
just
got a
been
handout
on
for you.
province.
Let's
got it.
ask. Then we can ask Maynard if there's a place, any inns or anything north, any other towns or inns north of us.
Well, you're always within a day's walk of somewhere.
That's the low band map.
You know, unless you're not.
That pretty well covers it.
Either are or are not. The reason to try.
Oh, that's a good one. You should write that down.
There you go. There's your map.
Oh,
You guys don't have a topographical like game map.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so if you look on this map, if you find the town of Tonot, top
Found
center,
Oricon.
top center, Tonot.
Tanat, found it.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's basically where you're at.
No,
'Cause here-
there's not much north for a while.
Hold on, I'll
Okay.
see if you go to this map, right, and you can see there's Tonot right there.
Okay.
So I mean, there's small villages and hills and towns and stuff, but you're pretty much, well, there's Tamalia, right, that we already talked about, but you're pretty much on the edge of the kingdom.
So the arrow that was scorched in the ground sort of is the same direction as Noron's way for quite a while, for a little ways.
Correct. It is angled in that direction. Yes.
Okay.
I would say it was kind of this way. I know, but you know how long it is or how far or any of that.
We don't know that.
Yeah, because it didn't say anything like this way, 10 kilometers. No, it didn't say that. It just had an arrow.
Is Sir Maillard still there?
Yeah. He's there.
Sir, could we possibly borrow a tent, like a 4-person tent, and bring it back?
For what do you need a tent for?
Well, if
Just
we
curious.
head north, there's no place to. If we leave now and head north, trying to follow these guys,
Yeah.
we don't know. Well, it's 2 in the afternoon. It'll be about 3 by the time we get saddled up and go.
Okay. Can your horses
know.
carry a 4-man tent? Because they can barely carry you and your armor.
Well,
They can be over encumbered. That's fine.
I guess we can go the speed of somebody walking and put the tent on the horse. I don't know. You guys just want to go for it and see what happens?
Yeah, I'm sure we can find a cave or something if it rains.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have any food.
I think I still have some.
Yeah, I had 3 10 days rations that I haven't gone through.
I
So I'm mostly
have.
been eating.
3
That's
rations, not 3
I
10
have,
days.
Yeah, 10 days is how long they last.
I have 2 trail
Oh, right.
rations. I have 2
I
trail
have-
rations, so I guess we'll be okay.
Yeah,
I
and the
have
weather
trail
looks
and
the
a
weather looks
forage.
fine except for the smoke in the hazy area where you're at.
I was hoping he had some elvish magical tent of pocket tent that expands.
Nah, but those tents are usually carried in wagons.
Okay.
Now, you might have like a pup tent or like a lean-to or a tarp or something like that you could set up, but that's not a 4-person tent.
We could try to build it using our skills and see what happens, I guess.
Or just sleep under the horse.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I don't want to do that.
Oh no, mine sprung a leak.
Or just don't sleep. Yeah. Okay, so
Fine, as
so
long as it doesn't rain, I got a bedroll.
so am I understanding that you're gonna follow Noron's way and try to just keep your eyes open?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
the dragon should be easy to find.
Yeah.
We hope.
Yeah.
And we should be on guard for these cultists because we don't know what they're up to or anything. So,
Oh yeah.
so make sure we're gonna have to keep good watch at night and everything.
Okay.
Camouflage well.
Now I'm gonna consider this like a very nice road, right? Noron's way. It's not. It's actually. It's an unpaved road. So you need to go. Doing a time calculation here. Oh, not 8:20. Okay, let me make sure I'm doing my math correct. Yeah, this is not correct. It's doubled. Okay, so I'll just half it. The scale on the measurement tool is double because that should only be 20 kilometers. 1 hex should be 20 kilometers, not 40 kilometers. Okay. So it'll take how long are you going to travel up that road? You're going at approximately, just giving you a travel rates per hour, you're traveling at about 9 kilometers per hour.
I'd be willing to go all the way until Norden.
I would say though we should
Norden.
be looking off to the west for signs. Any roads that head to the west we might want to consider taking.
Well, there's trails that go everywhere,
Yeah.
and there's all kinds of roads. Like there's this little mining village right here, you know, for this tin mine,
Yeah.
and there's pretty much just the merchant road that travels. That's Noren's Way. That's the merchant. Other than that, there's like this thing right there. That's a trail.
When we leave Falcath and head up Noron's Way, anybody we see coming the other way will ask if they saw a dragon or a gentleman in gray robes or a group of 5. Was 5 of them?
6.
The priest said there was
So
about 6.
About 6 gentlemen walking together. We'll ask that. But I think we should head west into that Sitvelen near the mine and see if anybody there saw anything.
So we're currently in Falcath, right?
Falcath, yeah.
If we go east, hit that main road, we'll be able to get a nice northward path on. Stop through on. Well, I guess they went north, so.
I would agree if we can get to Sitvalin before dark. If it's getting dark though, or if we're not anywhere near civilization and it's getting close to sundown, we would want to stop, set up camp before it gets dark.
I think Sitvelen's just an hour or so away. I think we'd be there before 5 o'clock.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Might want to stay there then. Hopefully, They might have a empty building or some rooms we could.
Fixed.
Maybe.
Okay.
We're looking
So
for
the
clues.
distance-
I mean, we got to find out where the.
Many miles are you going up the road?
Well, we don't know how far we're traveling.
You're traveling at 9 kilometers per hour. It's about 2
2.
in the
We
afternoon.
wanna-
Right.
And we want to stop before dark, so what time is night at this area? I guess would be the question.
Six or so, approximately.
So maybe 3 hours, and if it's not looking like we're close, or if we can't guess, probably 3 or so hours, I'd say. Gives us enough time to set up camp.
Okay.
So about 27 kilometers. If anybody else has a suggestion.
No, that's what I would suggest as well.
And you're just going to continue on up the road? It'll pretty much get you to the Hex border, or are you going to stop and go to the mining town?
Stop and go to the mining town, I think. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you go to Sitvelen. It's got about 5 buildings. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you go into this
Is there
village.
Is there people there?
Yeah, there's people wandering around doing their thing. Families, it looks like.
Hail the first person we see and ask
Yeah.
if they saw. We're on the business of the Earl of from Olakad, and we're looking for a dragon that may have flown over here. Have you seen it recently? A dragon or 6 men that were wearing gray robes?
Dragons, I've never seen a dragon. I don't even know if I knew if I saw one.
Has anybody in town seen one?
Nobody in
In
this
the
town
village
has
here?
ever mentioned it.
Okay, then they would have mentioned it. Is
Oh,
the
yeah, I
mine now-
mean,
is-
I've heard stories that there are dragons, but no one that I know has ever met one or seen one or been. I guess if you've been killed by one, you would not really tell anyone.
Not in time, anyway.
So, do you know
Other
anybody that's been
person.
killed one that we can talk to? Is the mine operational?
Oh yeah, it's a tin mine.
Are there
Set-
other miners there?
Yeah, we live here in this town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all 20 of us.
Okay.
I don't suppose you've seen any other people passing through the area.
No, normally we're kind of off the beaten path. Nobody really comes. We every now and then maybe a caravan will swing by, but they don't pull off the road to come over this direction.
Right.
Did you guys it's getting late in the afternoon. Are you traveling up the road, or did you want to stay with us here overnight?
I would like to. We could stay here.
Yeah, we can put you up in one of the sheds or something. Clean it out for you.
Right.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
If anybody has some food, we'd be willing to pay for anything we used.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll see what we got. And then
That'd
he
be
brings you
wonderful.
over to one of his like tool sheds, and he starts taking the contents and throwing it on the ground outside the shed
Okay.
because it's
Is there-
full. You know?
Okay. Is there an appropriate place for us to tie up our mounts for the evening? Like
He-
put them on a.
He points at one of the trees.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, let me go see what Martha's making, and so he runs off to the house. Now there's this tool shed. It's fairly big. I mean, there's a lot of like pickaxes and shovels and stuff like that that he had to clear out, to make room for you guys. And he comes back a few minutes later with yeah, she's making like a rabbit stew with a little bit of venison. So it's basically kind of like a meat pie kind of deal. You can share that with us if you want. If you've got a bowl or something, you can come up to the house. If not, we'll let you borrow one of ours. We'll just dump it in. Or if you just want some bread just to get you by for the night, whatever you want. No charge. She made enough.
I'll still give him a penny
Oh, okay.
anyway,
Yeah. Thank you.
or whatever, a pence.
This little boy comes over. He's probably 10 years old. He comes over to the tools and he starts picking the tools up and stacking them neatly against the shed.
Future
Yeah,
squad-
Pa told me to
future
come over here
squire.
and do this. Yeah.
So what
So-
is it?
so you guys
4
are
o'clock,
knights,
5
huh?
o'clock?
You guys are knights?
Yeah.
Okay. Never seen a knight before. What makes you a knight?
A lot of things, I guess. Stout of heart, quick of wit,
Oh,
strong
okay.
of arm.
Okay. Maybe one day I'll be a knight.
Somebody touched our
Yeah,
shoulder with a sword and said, "I dub thee, sir."
Okay.
Fill in the blank.
We're appointed to the position of knights, so that's how we became knights. We grew up in villages like you, and were adopted by a lord who raised us as his own and treated us fairly and gave us this position of responsibility
Yeah.
to be knights.
I hung around a monastery for a few years, came.
Okay, I don't
Well,
care.
came
And then he
back and-
runs off.
Hey, Theo, can you hand me that rock by your foot real quick?
No, come on.
Leans down.
Okay, so you guys are going to tie your horses up, take care of them, do the horsely thing to your horses. I just wanted to point something out. These are not your horses. I just want to make sure you're aware of this. I think I mentioned it last week or the week before. They are not your horses, but I don't care about that. What I care about is they don't know you. Is the point. The point I'm trying to make are these you are not their master. Okay,
Yeah.
so if there is ever a requirement for you to make a riding roll, there's going to be problems because horses that are not familiar with their rider give minuses. Okay, so I'll have to check to see how long it takes for you to develop a familiarity with your horse, but you haven't had to make any riding rolls, just riding down the road, But if you are ever to get into combat on your horse, you have to make a riding roll every turn
Right.
or be knocked on the ground. just putting it out there, letting you know. Okay, so the horses are tied up. You're taking care of them. They're being fed, and you guys are being fed. And do you guys have any like bed rolls or blankets or anything like that? Do you own anything like that?
I have
Yeah, I got a
blanket.
bedroll.
It's heavy.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys can share if you have to. What else are you guys gonna do?
Um, is there time to head out into the wilderness at all before dark? Just, I don't know. Maybe
Well,
we should.
you wanted to pull off the road in the middle of the afternoon, so you had gone up the road about 2 hours and came to this town and stopped.
Right.
Yeah, so it's about four in the afternoon.
Want to do some foraging for our travel tomorrow?
That only takes 4 hours.
I'd rather not. I'd rather start to look for clues of where this dragon is and these guys are at. I mean, we're not on vacation. Is my
Well,
point.
yeah.
I think.
No. Well, I'm not treating it like a vacation, but I think that it's a good idea. You do clues. So we might need some extra food. So I'll do some foraging while you guys are clue
Okay.
looking.
Well, what are we planning to do tomorrow? Are we going to keep going down the road further, or
yeah.
head back?
Well-
Because they said they hadn't seen the dragon here, so it's possible we passed it.
I just think they weren't really. That was one person.
True, but these people do work a mine. They're
Out of 20
usually
people,
underground.
we asked if anybody saw a dragon, and 20 people, they would have known somebody saw a dragon. Nobody's going to go, oh, by the way, I forgot. I saw a dragon. I think that would be the first thing you tell everybody.
But they're usually underground, so they wouldn't know anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think they could have missed it. What's the cover like here? Are we in amongst the trees? Is this a huge open area with no trees? Can you see the horizon in every direction?
No, it's pretty open but it's surrounded by trees. So you're in a clearing, but the trees are like a kilometer or more away, and then the mine is up in the trees, in the hills.
I mean,
if the dragon was flying low, can't really see that far out, anyways.
This would also be the third time the dragons appeared in this area, and these guys have never seen it.
So either they were just never above ground during day, which surely somebody would have been out and about, or we passed it.
but how we're not going to be able to find this thing? I mean, we don't have any clues as to where it went. I thought it was heading towards the mountain.
Sorry. We have a clue. We have a great big scorched arrow in the ground. We could go back to Kaldor or Falcath and go right on that arrow and just try to go straight along and see if there's another arrow or something. What's the arrow in the ground for? I mean, we paralleled it for part of this way, but that arrow kind of points in this direction. If they've never seen it, it probably still in this part, not way up or whatever.
So maybe
Okay.
Where's the mountains to the south?
we backtrack and
You're
we
not
follow-
in mountains. These are hills.
Hills to the south?
Maybe we backtrack and just follow the river.
I think
The
we
boomerang?
backtrack and follow that arrow until we can't figure
Noron's
it out.
way also follows the river.
Well, I meant this one, the Unarak.
If you want to go back to try and get bearings based on that arrow, I'm fine with that. At least we might see if we might realize if we veered off quite a bit from its
Well,
path.
here's an arrow going this way, and then we find another arrow that says to go this way. I mean, it could be that crazy. And we went right by Tomala, and didn't. We could have stopped, I guess, and asked somebody if they'd seen the guys.
I do think that if we come across this dragon, with this dagger in our possession, there is nothing that we can do from it falling into the hands of the dragon. We might consider hiding it somewhere where it will never be found unless we tell them where it's at. Maybe just one of us hides it so the others can't even be, you know, I don't know. If we're concerned about this falling into the wrong hands, we're delivering it to the wrong hands.
I'm just going to extend the arrow. That's the direction that the arrow is pointing. Not that you really know that.
Honestly, I still think maybe just following the main road north and seeing where it takes us. Stopping off, seeing if anybody else has passed any travelers or anything.
I mean, if this thing was going to leave another sign for us, it seems logical that it would probably put it on the most common pathway for humans. But, you know, whatever you guys want to do, I'm fine with.
Well, a dragon is also much faster than a horse. Maybe what was 2 hours for us was 10 minutes for the dragon, and it doesn't think it's time to leave another one yet.
You can estimate that a dragon's traveling a lot faster than 9 miles an hour. Maybe more like 20 or 30 miles an hour. Or more. I mean, there are birds that travel a lot faster than that.
Yeah.
The falcon dragon.
So it might be that the road is right and we just didn't go far enough.
Okay.
But it's getting.
We did only travel along the road for 2 hours.
All right. So do you want to forge for 4 hours and hit the sack? Is that the plan?
Well, do you want to look around and see if there's anything you can find? Maybe find some high ground and see if you can see any other signs that may have been placed while we do some foraging?
There's no high ground.
There's no top of the hill that's clear or anything? Okay.
I'd say we just forage.
There's kind of a hill right there. If you want to go 10 kilometers in the woods to get up to the top of that hill.
No.
That's in the wrong direction. So, all right, I think your idea of foraging, you convinced me. And then you tried to talk me out of it.
It worked well for us last time.
Sure.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
You're muted.
Raynard.
Always, every time. I'm gonna actually stay by the shed and work on translating these dwarven rune plates to find out about the sword.
Interesting. Yeah, it's a good idea.
It's gonna take a couple weeks or something like that, so I need to.
That's right.
Get cracking.
Do it up.
I hope it's not about a kraken.
Well, I mean, it'd be fun.
Okay, we'll forage.
Better than falling in a hole.
Yes, sir.
All right, so if you're doing foraging, you could just go ahead and make a foraging roll if you'd like.
Right. Ooh, crit success. Nice.
Are you guys foraging together?
Hey.
Well, I think we would start out together, but kind of spread out so that we would cover more ground.
Okay, then each of you roll a d20, and let's see who dies.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be Theo. Let's go.
Okay, you all live.
God.
19 or 20 is what I was looking for.
Get mauled to death by wolves.
That's right. I'm trying to find the right thing. There it is. Yeah, what I need is like an index, but they don't give you that. And we got a bunch of successes on the foraging, I see.
Yep.
Yep.
Um, marginal success is a D6, and the critical success is 2D6.
Should we roll it?
Yeah, yeah. And that's how many days of rations you found.
I screw everything up.
Nymar, what did you find? Came back with 9 days of food.
I hit the mother lode, my friend. I got some tubers, some roots, some mushrooms, some berries.
A dead moose.
No,
some
no. Meat,
nuts.
meat is a tracking skill. Yeah, foraging is vegetables. Yeah, so you brought. It's now midnight. You guys are back at the shack. Well, maybe not midnight, maybe 9ish.
Okay. Hit the sack or whatever we're going to be on. Pile
Okay.
of tools.
Yep.
So
Yeah, whatever bedroll you brought with you. Otherwise, you're sleeping on dirt.
we got 13 days worth of. That is awesome, guys. We did really good.
So a person eats 3 to 5 pounds food per day. You brought back 9 days. You just showed up with 40 pounds of something.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
only
all
it's only
that
two
full.
it's only 2 pounds per day.
This is enough
So
to
whatever you're
keep you
carrying,
alive.
just multiply it
Right.
by 2.
Right.
This is bare minimum to keep you alive. This isn't like a 3-course meal here.
Oh, okay, so you brought back 20 pounds of something.
That's right. It's kind of like MRE rations. It's all dehydrated apples. No, I don't know. Okay, so
Going to have
Sort of guy Mark just
diarrhea.
drops a log. Here's rations.
yeah, oak. All right, so you guys are gonna spend the night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so you are not harassed or woke up or anything until the morning when the roosters are crowing.
Rations.
Right.
Right. So while the rooster's crowing, you can hear people getting up and getting active in town. It's not a very big village. I would call it, it's not even a hamlet. It's kind of like 5 buildings. 5 households, I should say.
Okay.
It's a mining community. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? You're awake. You gather your belongings. You roll your bedrolls up. You put your armor on. You get the horses all ready. Everything's good.
Give our thanks for hospitality and head out.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, you're the most lively thing that's happened in the last 10 years.
And keep your eyes open for dragons.
So-
They have been sighted by many people in this area 3 times over the last recent week. So it's
Okay.
important
Dragons, you
to-
say, huh? Okay, well, we'll keep our eyes open.
And some strange cultists that attack on sight. So be
Well,
careful.
we don't even have any livestock, so I don't see why, except for the chicken, I don't see why we would be a target unless, dragons like to eat people.
Who knows what dragons think? I can't get into their minds. But
We're crunchy and good with ketchup.
better safe than sorry.
Okay.
Right. So just for future reference, how do we go about treating injuries again? It's been a hot second since I thought about it.
I think there's a time.
Do you have an injury?
Yes.
From what?
From the eye gougers, I have a. It is a. It was a serious injury on my left upper arm.
Okay, because nobody treated that. And if you don't treat it within an hour, it becomes like permanent.
No, we didn't we use a pillow on him or something?
No, I used that on the.
But I don't think anybody knew you had an injury. That was part of the problem. You got to share this kind of stuff with your friends.
Yeah, he was.
This was the session before last, and we were still in combat by the time we left.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely.
So what we'll do is we'll do a little retcon to allow them to do a medical roll on your unconscious body for that. I don't have a problem with that. Let's go with healing rates. Tell me what kind of injury it is. You said it was serious.
I know.
Serious
Yes,
what?
it was a serious injury on my left upper arm.
What kind of injury
from
though?
It
From
was
the bike? From a bite?
From the bite.
Okay, so that would be a stab/bite. So it could have easily been clean and dressed. That's no problem.
Yeah.
That would have been a bandage. So if those of you are tracking your bandages, you would have to mark one of those off.
Will do.
I got it.
You do have one?
Do you own a bandage?
I've got a pile of bandages.
Okay, so then whoever makes the healing test can make it at a plus 15.
Am I doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. Physician. There we go. And plus 15. Blink. Oh.
Yeah. So that would be marginal failure, which is H4. So your healing rate or your HR would become a 4. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So now after 12 hours of doing no activity, you get a chance to roll on that. So did you forage the previous night?
Yeah, I did. So
okay.
I'm not rolling.
If you did not forage, you would have gotten a healing roll. So let's go ahead and back it up and say you didn't forage for anything, so you got a 0 food, right? And then we'll let you make a healing roll in the morning.
Do I get to make one?
No, you're the attending physician.
Oh.
Are you wounded?
Yes, I have 2 wounds from falling in the pit repeatedly.
Did you do a healing roll on those?
Yes, we bandaged them appropriate. They're both bruises.
Okay. So what you do is you take your healing. Yeah. So you didn't go foraging, so you get to roll. So
nice.
You get to add your condition times your HR.
Condition times HR.
Yeah, the condition on your character sheet, not the skill.
Yes.
It should say condition /5 or whatever.
Yeah, 17.
So it's probably like a 17. Yeah, times whatever the HR is. Do you know what your condition is there, Theo?
Yeah, my condition's at 17.
Okay, so and your HR is 4, right? So you take 17 times 4, and then you add half of the physician's skill.
Oh, okay.
So you could have added a 22 to that. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
The ML?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you could have added 22 to that, but, I mean, you got it anyways.
So 90.
Okay, but you rolled a 12? Okay,
Yes.
so that's marginal success, which means it heals by 1 level.
And
Perfect.
I get to do it for both of my wounds, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I get to add 22. My foot bruise.
Yeah. So it heals by 1 level. Marginal success is 1 level. Critical success is 2 levels.
Okay, well, both of them were M1.
And critical failure means it might become infected or it worsens.
And you have to just cut off an arm.
So they are both healed. Goodbye.
Perfect.
Hey Mason,
Okay.
didn't I use my healing balm on you? I think I used that on you, right?
No, we used it on the boy, I think.
But I don't have it any longer, correct?
I'm not sure if we
Something,
used that. I know
but
we used the pillow on the boy.
yeah, the pillow
you
was
used
the
the
pain
pillow.
reduction.
No, pillow was the instant.
Yeah, but he used the pain
Instant roll.
reduction on you.
Okay,
did.
then yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, just want to make sure I'm marking that off. It's no longer with me.
Right. So Theo is the only one that's injured right now, and you're at level 1.
Yep.
Okay, that sounds right. So if you get another 12 hours of inactivity, you can roll again.
Alrighty.
So you're running
Yeah,
around like,
good.
oh, my arm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's in the morning. You guys wake up. Your foot feels a lot better. You know, your back feels better. You know, you stretch it out. You feel good. Your shoulder feels a little bit better, and you guys get ready to head out. That's what I'm gathering, right? Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so I take it you're going to go up Norin's Way,
Yes.
and you're going to go for how many hours?
Until the road starts to curve to the west, and if it does, we'll start scanning for any signs of
Any
foot.
smoke or anything?
Yeah, any signs like like right in there. Did they follow that creek? Or
Okay.
that river?
Yeah.
Just looking for that kind of stuff as we
So-
continue our way.
So you leave at about 7-ish in the morning. So you get
Okay.
to there about 8 o'clock. You're on the road.
Okay. That spot?
Yeah, you're about that spot.
Okay.
Eric, is
Any signs of 6 dudes that left there, leaving a gray robe trail?
That's, I was gonna ask
Give
that-
me a an awareness test.
Okay. Oh, jeez. You'd think I'd have these things memorized where they're located.
All right.
That should've worked.
After you get to that spot, after 1 hour of traveling, what would you like to do?
Is the trail that we're on heavily trafficked? Like, does it look
You have not seen anyone coming or going.
any tracks? Can I try a
Oh
track
yeah,
and
there's
just-
wagon ruts and stuff all through it.
But nothing fresh, no foot.
It hasn't rained in a couple of days, so it's not muddy.
Okay.
It's just dirt and rock and stuff. So
Okay.
it's considered a nice road, but it's not paved or anything. It's not cobblestone. It's just a nice road. This is one of the major trade routes to the north that goes. I don't know if you can see it in between the calendar and the parchment, but you can see it turns north and goes up to the Viking area, Orball.
I mean, it might be worth trying to follow this creek once we see it split off. I'd suggest we continue on for a ways. Once we see that river, it might be worth. Just
Well,
kind of trailing up it.
this trail follows a I'm not going to call it a river, but yeah, like a stream.
Because
I'm more referring to this bit that splits off.
I think that if there was a reason for that to split off, we would have seen something. I think we either stay on Noron's Way for a while or go back and go to the Archbishop with this dagger. That'd be what I'd think. One of those two actions.
We do know that it was pointing much more north, and we're looking at a turn to the northwest. I agree. We might want to try and follow this creek if we can, or see if there's any side trails that might lead in that direction. Well, I guess maybe if this thing loops around, it might meet us back at where we're going. Ah, man, it's a tough call.
Hmm.
The blind leading the blind.
I don't see any reason to follow the river, but then I had a critical failure looking, so. There are no tracks. I mean, if every time we find a river,
You want to continue down the road?
let's just go down Noron's way, then keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, let's continue down the road.
Tell me how many hours.
Till midday, you guys think?
I don't
Till
know.
it's time to turn around. No, I don't know.
Well, it's hard to say because if
I know.
it doesn't mean that we're going to go 5 hours and never look around. I mean, if we see something, or I think we'd go until it becomes dark enough that we'd have to figure out how to spend the night.
Who knows what 420 is?
That's when the marijuana time.
Nope, it's Hitler's
What is it?
birthday.
It's also Columbine Day.
So if you're into 420, you're into Hitler. Okay, so just pointing that out.
There
Moving
was a
on.
smoke shop down the street that was called the 420.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking of.
Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm trying to get my measurement tool. Okay, so after another hour, I'm just gonna let you know you do come to a X intersection. The main highway continues on down following the creek, but across this creek there's a side trail. It's not anything better than maybe a deer trail. But it is a trail. It is a trail that goes left and right. And you were looking at about, what are you talking about? Like 9-ish? It's about 9.
I would suggest maybe going AM. It might be worth just traveling up about an hour or two up this trail just to make sure there's nothing that way, because that would lead us pretty well north for a while, for a bit.
Well, trying to set up camp in the dark is going to be difficult for us.
Well, it's 9 a.m.
It's 9 a.m.
You go about...
9 a.m.
Yeah, you go about... Okay, it's the other way around.
Could we stop for a second and then look around this intersection to see if we can pick up any tracks? I know it might be a long shot, but it might be worth it.
In the hunter's path might be a bit easier to identify any strange traffic going through it, so...
Right, that's what I'm thinking. If
Yeah, you can stop, jump off the horse, look around. Give me an awareness test.
Come on, guys, let's look for tracks.
Can we all look?
Yeah, if you want.
Oh, those sweet 100s.
Okay. Yeah, you see nothing out of the ordinary. There's footprints going in both directions. There's wagon ruts. There's you don't see anything. You don't see any like torn gray cloak fabric stuck on a bramble, or you don't see any blood drippings or nothing that's out of the ordinary. This is just like regular foot traffic kind of trails.
Mm-hmm.
You do not see any tracks or going up and down the trail. You only see traffic that might be going up the highway.
Okay.
Since we kind of know we're heading into Talda territory, we're getting closer and closer to their settlements.
Yep.
Would we expect any hostility from them?
Not unless they're no, they're kind of like mostly peaceful.
Okay.
They're not friendly, but they're not aggressive, hostile.
Okay. Well, I mean,
So it's about 9.
what are you guys thinking? I'm thinking
Keep going up.
Yeah, I say we keep going down the road, man.
Okay, so you get to about right. Well, hold on. Let me look for some distance here. Yeah, I was right. Okay. you get to about right there. So it's about 10 in the afternoon, something like, or in the morning, and I'm going to drag some tokens to a new map.
What? Well, that's not great. Oh, don't mind me. Just realized I bent the crap out of my glasses.
Okay, I wonder.
Are they fixable?
Yeah, it's a metal frame. I'm just gonna bend it back into place and probably make it a bit worse, but
Mouse cat. No, that's not it. Okay, hang on.
I'm
Horses.
actually
there we
relatively
are.
nearsighted, so I don't really need them. Unless I'm trying to read like my character sheet, I usually don't like to wear them playing D&D.
Mm. I'm at the age, no matter what I look at, I need glasses. Or I do this and make a little teeny hole in it. I can see well. Let's just look stupid while you're doing it.
Yeah, but it is a handy trick.
It's a good trick in the pinch, like trying to read.
Yeah.
My problem is you zoom in on things like the iPhone and the damn text doesn't change. It just gets smaller and smaller.
You know what? If I copy it
Yeah.
after I turn it, it probably would be better. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. So let's put one there. Let's put one there. So this road's about a 2-horse wide road. So I'm just going to put 4 horses down. And I'm just going to randomize, put you on your horses. Okay, hold on. What is focus ping? Oh, okay. It's kind of like holding shift. That's exactly what it is.
I'm afraid to do it.
Ping everyone or focus ping. Okay, whatever.
Oh.
To front. Now let's see if that worked. Oh, it did. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to bring you all to the front. That way you look like you're on your horses. And then I will drag you to the map.
Oh, shit.
You guys are in the bottom right or the right side of the map. And you'll see you're on your horses. Now, if you notice, the horses are actually only in those 2 hexes that have the blue outline. But when I made the token, I made it so that it is 3 hexes long, but it doesn't, but there's nothing actually there. And the reason why that is so that when I go to turn it, it turns on the middle hex. Which is where you guys are sitting.
What's my fire resistance?
Right. Okay, so you guys come around this corner, right? And there's someone resting, not sleeping, but obviously resting on his belly is actually rubbing the dirt, right? So he's laid out. I have art. Not isn't surprised to see you, but is, I don't know if you're surprised to see him, but what did I do? Did I put him under named NPCs? I did.
I'll be honest, at first I only saw us in the corner and I didn't see the dragon until I moved a little to the left.
That's exactly right. So you come around the corner, and there is this critter sitting in the middle of the road. And as soon as you come around the corner, he kind of pushes himself up on his forelegs, kind of like a dog sits on its hind legs. But he's not sitting, he's just lifting his chest up with his hands. And his neck kind of goes up, like he's stretching. And says, "Took you long enough. I waited all night and you didn't show."
We aren't as fast as you, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's true. I'll accept that as correct.
I mean, even the wind couldn't keep up with you.
Okay, you confused me.
Oh.
Why did you expect us?
Oh, I was hoping you would take my hint.
That's
Not-
a big hint.
Not that I couldn't announce, or they would have heard. Okay, there you go. I was like, where did I put my document? There it is. Okay.
Like I said, you're piloting a helicopter. Lots of things to see and do.
Seek out the dragon. Find him waiting. Okay, got it. Okay, that's where we're at.
Oh,
Yeah, he's like,
And who was the
and then he kind of
day
gets
that you
up
didn't
and
want?
he's now standing on all four legs, and his wings are stretching like, like he's just getting up.
you wanted us to find you. Is that right?
Yes, please.
And
I couldn't speak to you while they were there, or they would have heard. And then they might have done the unspeakable.
I assume you're referring to the gray-robed men. Is that right?
That is right. I suspect they're cultists of a dark god.
That's what we suspect as well.
They barged into my lair and took my baby
Oh,
and threatened me with the destruction of my unborn infant if I didn't help them.
Where are they now?
Now you're getting to the meat of the thing. I need someone that's not me to get my egg.
we all point at Theo.
My baby. Because, what's that? Because if I was to attack them, or they would just destroy my egg.
Right.
But
Let's see.
we are to meet for our next objective. They have plans for me to attack multiple villages. This was just the first.
When is the next meeting scheduled?
Tonight.
Oh,
That's why I was wondering if you would ever make it. But they always meet for some reason. They have this thing about the witching hour, midnight, So we're supposed to meet tonight on the hill, and then he points off in this. He points straight north, right? And he says, "There is a hilltop ruin up there, and that is where they were to meet me to tell me where my next appointment would be. They will not have my egg.
They won't have it?
They will not have it, but they will know where it is. I'm sure, because they don't want me just to come up there and just take it. It's hidden from me.
Do you have a clue where they may have it?
Oh, it's got to be somewhere in this area. But no, I don't have any clue. That's my problem. If I did, I would just go get the egg directly and just take it and fly off. But because I don't know where it is, if I was to attack them, then the people, whoever have the egg, would destroy it, keeping me in line, or punishing me for fighting back or something.
Do you know if they leave anyone behind to guard the egg, or do they all go out on their attacks into the meeting?
Oh, they're all over. I don't know what they're doing with the egg. If I did, I would go there and take care of that.
They're all over. There's more than 6 of them?
Yes. This was just the North Party. There's a party going that is preparing the second village. I will be told where that is. Go there and assist.
Right.
But it'll be a different group of people because they're on foot and they would never be able to make it.
Have you seen the leader of this group, or just these members that are attacking villages?
If I did, I wouldn't know who it was. No one's announced that they were in charge or they were the leader. You all look the same to me.
How did they, how would they know where, I'm just thinking out loud, how would they know where a dragon is to get its egg? That sounds...
Vile creatures, I don't know.
Very esoteric.
Very, very evil. I'm going to give you all a intrigue roll on this dragon, but because he's not human and he doesn't have facial expressions that you're familiar with, I'm going to give you a -20.
Give me that 1 in 4 chance.
Ha ha! Theo!
Hey!
I rolled a failure and I rolled a 13. That's how bad your penalty is.
Wow.
Right. Okay, so Theo and Reynard, oldest and youngest, you recognize that this dragon, he's nervous to tell you this, but he's also not telling you everything that he knows. Basically, he's, well, first of all, he's a dragon, but he's keeping secrets.
All right.
I just wanted you to have the role to be able to tell that he is playing a little intrigue game with you. He's keeping secrets.
We do want to help you out because, frankly, we don't want you to attack other settlements, but...
Oh, I have no desire to do it. I'm being manipulated.
But at the same time, we need to know what it is you're not telling us.
Okay,
Any
he takes a few
information
steps
help us.
forward, and now I have to tell you, about horses hating dragons.
Yep.
Okay, so your horses all freak out.
Yep.
But that's okay because you guys are all skilled riders and you guys will be able to keep them in line. Or so I said. Okay, so let me... Why is that so big? Okay, there we go. That helps. That's what she said, right? Okay,
No.
no. Mental
What the hell?
conflict scale.
Why is it coming so close? I'm freaking out.
It's stepping forward so you can hear it, and you can hear, and it could hear you, because you guys were yelling about. Yeah, you guys were yelling about 100 feet apart. Okay. Okay, here we go.
He was just talking normal.
Wow, I had never gotten a message like that before. Okay. Adobe just said, "Oh, it's taking longer than normal. We'll be letting you know when we advance the page." Like, whoa. Okay.
That's weird. I've never seen that.
I know. But it's good now. I'm moving forward. Mounted. Here we are. Horse intelligence. Riding. Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to know how long it was going to take you to get, what do you call it? Familiar?
Killed? Oh.
No, familiar with your horse.
Yeah.
And it looks like you might actually get a couple of rolls. Okay, here we go. Okay, no, that's that. Okay, so everybody here, just you can keep track of this wherever you'd like, but you're at a -10, but for every 10 hours, and we're going to say that's been the ride to the city, the ride to the village, and the dragon. So really there's only been two 10-hour periods. So actually it's been a little less, but we're going to round up. So you can make 2 horsecraft tests.
Hey, I'm actually...
Right. And for every horsecraft test you succeed in, that -10 goes down by 1. Or up by 1, however you want to look at it. So you could, and if you get a critical success, no, actually, I take that back. Marginal failure, it goes down by 1. Marginal success, it goes down by 2. And critical success, it goes down by 4.
Okay.
So I don't see any horsecraft tests being rolled just yet.
Yep,
I
just
don't think I have
tracking
it.
down.
What?
Don't have it.
Yeah, it was.
It's animal.
something I
It's animal
specifically-
craft if you have it.
Yeah. Do I get so yeah, horsecraft? I actually specifically have horsecraft. Does that make any difference?
No,
I don't think it does, but
no.
hey, one marginal success, one marginal failure.
Okay, so that's a total of 3, right? Yeah.
I think I need to get mine off of that sheet.
Animal craft?
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Then you might not have it.
Don't have it. It'd be under craft/lore, right?
It would be, yes.
Yeah. Nothing like
Yeah,
that.
it's a skill you have to choose.
Yep.
Yep.
No, don't have it. I didn't choose any skills. Okay.
Okay, because of that, let's go ahead and take a look at how you get animal craft. Okay, that went way too far.
If it wasn't for my injury, wait. So here's a question for you, because the initial ride over for that initial 10 hours would be before I was injured, right?
That's correct.
So that would actually be 2 marginal successes.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Minus, that's a 6 penalty, but good to know.
Animal craft requires a month of training to learn it. Yeah, every species of animal can be a specialty, like cattle, sheep, dogs, horses, birds, etc.
Okay.
Well,
I have dancing, if that'll help. Impress up.
no, it just means you get a -10 on your initiative when on a horse.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I got a feeling I'm going to end up on the ground here in a minute.
You've got this.
Okay.
Is it possible we got that with our background skills?
No, you could have if you spent points on it.
Okay, so
I
that had.
specifically chose horsecraft because my character was interested in taking care of horses.
Guys, make sure you
Same for Theo.
make sure you've clicked the mounted checkbox under the combat profile. It changes some of your stuff.
Well, we would have to be in mounted combat.
Well, you're on a horse, so you're mounted.
You're mounted, so your riding skills goes up. Or mine did. You can get almost 10 points.
Well, that's because your encumbrance was taken away because horses
Right.
using your encumbrance.
But still, if I'm going to make a
Yeah.
check, I'd like it to be correct.
Right. Okay. So you guys figured out what your minuses were. That's okay. I just wanted you to know that every 10 hours, which is basically once a day that you're on horses, you can get a attribute. You can try to improve your relationship with your horse. All it's doing now is reducing your initiative by that number. That's the only penalty you get is the initiative penalty. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, now that we've got all that, let's get back to the dragon speaking. So, are you guys willing to help me?
Do you know why they want this dagger? What their plans are for it? Have they told you anything?
What?
What dagger?
I don't.
What are they? What are they? What is their plans? Why have they enlisted you? What are you to do? You're just to damage villages for them? That's
I'm a
it?
distraction.
Well, they're
So they
looking
haven't
for
told
something, I would assume.
They haven't told you anything else.
No, they just tell me where to attack and when to attack, and they promise that once they get what they're looking for, they'll return my egg. But I don't necessarily believe that's the truth.
No, because if they gave you the egg, you would immediately kill them all.
Yeah.
If they destroy the egg, the dragon's going to kill them all. So I mean, they're in a really bad position. They put themselves in. They're not going to come out of it well.
I don't want them
No.
to. I don't want them to kill my baby.
Neither do we.
Those guys at that village that you attacked yesterday, they tore this house apart and took something. Do you know what they took? Did you see it?
No, they haven't. They haven't told me why. No, I was supposed to burn buildings on the, what is that, the west side of the village, and cause havoc in the village, so that they would be kind of like running around going crazy while they snuck in from the east. But I didn't know why or what they were seeking. Was it a dagger?
Don't know.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
think.
because they didn't tell me anything about any dagger.
So
Did you find a dagger?
No, but the size of the case suggested that was
Okay.
the empty case suggested that's what they might be.
Okay.
so
Yeah, because I
Was-
don't know. They didn't tell me to look for any dagger or anything.
So we genuinely want to help you out here, but I can tell you're not telling us everything. If there's anything else you know that could potentially help, and this will be us increase our chances of being able to help you.
Help us help you.
Yeah. I don't know what else I could tell you. They're humans, as far as I can tell. They haven't used any kind of witchcraft or anything like that in my presence, so I don't know if they have any of that magic capabilities.
How well armed are they?
Well, from what I can tell, they're just wearing like leather armor hidden under some robes, and they're carrying like swords and shields and stuff. Nothing you guys couldn't deal with.
Do you have any ideas how we might find where the egg is?
Yeah, that's why I brought you here. Yeah.
I think we're supposed to follow them back from the meeting.
Yeah, we're
No. I'm not going to go to the meeting.
Oh.
We
you
can't
want
be.
Oh, we're just gonna ambush
You're just
them.
they're gonna show up at the meeting, and you're gonna grab one of them and say, "Tell me or else," and then he'll tell you, and then you go there.
I mean, some of these religious.
Because if they
elements
see
don't-
me helping you, then that's my egg.
But if we show up
Yeah.
at the secret meeting spot instead of you, and you don't show up, then they'll know that you told us.
And then we
Not if
ask
they're all
about the
dead.
egg.
Well, if they don't come back, then there's probably someone waiting to smash the egg, because they'll assume you did it.
Well, then
if
you'll
we
have to
come
be.
back faster.
then-
We'll have to be faster.
Yeah.
All we need to do is make some statements about how we followed them from the village, and I think that would cover our tracks. There's no way they would know we spoke with the dragon per se. We could just.
I don't
claim-
know how else we'd know where they were going to meet.
Well, the group that's
we
meeting
tracked
the
them.
group that's meeting me is not the group that was in the village.
Right. Also,
We-
they didn't go from the village to that meeting place, so we couldn't have tracked them.
All right, then we kill them all.
I think that's a good idea. I think we have to capture one,
Right.
find out where their lair is, and then off them.
I think we need to wear
Well-
their robes.
That's a thought, but
Yeah.
we'd have to do a clean job of killing them.
Yeah, hopefully there's a stream nearby where we can wash the blood out.
Well,
And
it's
resew 'em
not.
and-
It's the meeting place is on a ruin on the top of a hill,
Okay, and it's this evening.
and it's this
Is there-
midnight. Right.
Is there a way that we can get your attention if something comes up? We can. How do we let you know if we succeed or fail?
Smoke signals.
I can show up at like a little bit after midnight,
Yeah.
At the
and
place.
then at the meeting place, and then you just tell me,
Okay,
tell me what the plan is.
that sounds good. Go up and if you can somehow.
And if
Is
I
there a
come,
way-
but I wouldn't be able to assist you with the egg. I just thought of this, and that's another thing. I mean, if you were to tell me like, this is where it is, if it's being guarded, I can't just go swoop in because they would just break the egg.
Yeah. What if we will try to do our thing. If we succeed in any fashion, what if we build 3 small fires on the west side of this ruin,
Well, it's on a hilltop, so you could build it right in the middle of the ruin.
and then you could see it,
And I'd be
know
able to
you-
see it,
We're,
yeah.
we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
What
And that
if
leads us to go swoop
Okay.
in.
I think let me check the map real quick, because I think you can see it from where you're at. Yeah. He just points. It's that hill right there. So I'm gonna bring you back to there.
I've got a
is it the
question
one
for
we
this
almost
dragon.
went up?
No, it's Varlethi. Varalethi.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, which
Dude.
is
Okay.
right there.
Do dragons? Can you use magic yourself? I don't know anything about dragons.
I hear we're magical creatures.
What if
I was born
instead
this
of-
way.
If we were to help you, can you reward us in any way? I mean, we'll help you without a reward, but we're just making our names as knights. This would be something to count for our records and any kind of, something to help us establish ourselves. I'm not asking for gold and riches or anything, but if there's anything you think you might be able to help us with, that would be wonderful, because we're still. I don't know if you can tell with humans, but we're all pretty young. We're not old humans. We're pretty young.
Just out of the egg.
Yeah, we're just out of the egg, so to speak.
Well,
Man, if we could get him to do a flyover of the sheriff's castle and then do tell the sheriff how
I don't
awesome we are.
have anything to give you other than my friendship.
That's good
well,
enough.
That would be
Friendship's a
great.
valuable thing.
And maybe you'd be
Yeah.
able to call on me or if you ever travel in the north in my land, maybe you'll come and visit.
Okay.
That sounds
That
nice.
sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if my baby hatches by then, maybe you can meet my baby.
How old are you?
hopefully.
Just I don't know how long dragons live. I assume it's for a very, very, very long time.
I'd rather not say.
Okay.
I am. Give me a second. I'd rather not say because I don't know, but no, let me look it up.
Yeah.
Just a second. This dragon, based on the picture you saw of this dragon, this is a big dragon.
Yeah.
This dragon's pretty big.
And there's many dragons in the world anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking these guys live for tens of thousands of years or something.
I'm also under the impression that the egg is precious because it's rare.
Well, yeah,
No.
if you live that long, you probably don't have lay that many eggs.
Maybe.
What if instead of lighting 3 fires when we know where the place is that you can't go to anyways, we come back to this hill and light 3 fires when we have your egg?
Yeah. Scholars, this is just history for you. Scholars are divided over the origin of the Deverin. Some have speculated that they are creations of divine intervention. And then some point to the myth of Anu and Divu. Okay, those are the first 2 dragons. They're clearly an ancient race. The Sindarin and Kuzdal have tales recording dragonkind on Harn before the Elder Folk. Tales of dragons or dragon-like creatures are known all over, everywhere. Scholars speculate that dragons have some sort of oral tradition. And there's no record of a dragon ever sharing knowledge with humans. Ever. And then there's this myth, but he can't really tell you that. They can exceed 40 feet and weigh more than 8,000 pounds. They have various skin colors. It's very subtle and highly resistant. Even their membrane covering their wings is tougher than leather. Their eyes have gem-like, multifaceted appearance. Many creatures find their gaze fascinating. They have a bony ridge, giving them a barbed appearance. Okay, dragons never stop growing during their lifetime.
Ooh.
It's possible to estimate their age by their size. Some scholars believe that they live longer than 1,000 years. It is possible that a dragon can grow too large to fly. Dependent on magic or trickery to lure their victims to their lair. Dragon blood has many substances hawked as dragon blood, like red dye. True dragon blood, however, can be powerful in creation of magic items and spell focuses and stuff like that. Okay.
Okay.
But it says dragons become sexually mature at around 60 years. But their drive to reproduce is low. They're otherwise solitary.
Right.
They divide.
Dragons are not fertile. Only around 10% of mating attempts result in pregnancy.
Okay.
They will lay 1 or 2 eggs. Let me get a folklore roll from all of you for this next sentence.
So they must have been really desperate to go after that egg.
You need a crit success for me to read this next sentence.
I had a critical.
Okay, I see that.
Hey!
Okay, Reynard, you know or you have heard through your
I don't think I
through
have
your
folklore.
through your reading and studying that they do not demonstrate a strong impulse to protect their young or hatchlings.
Oh. So I do a Columbo and one more thing. Why are you so worried about this egg? That's not like your kind.
This guy would not be one of the ancient dragons, so around 500 years. I lost track when I hit 400. And your question again was?
Why are you so concerned about this egg? Everything I've read tells me dragons don't do much parenting.
Okay. You see a fence appear in this dragon's face. It's like, how dare you speak to me like that? Kind of look that you get in her face. And she's like, Have you ever met a dragon?
Well, no, that's why I'm asking, so I can, tell everyone
No.
they were wrong.
No, I'm very, very concerned about my baby.
Most mothers would be.
Yes.
Why don't we throw mud at her while we're at it? Why don't
Believe everything you read.
Why don't you want to do the 3 fire thing?
Oh, no, I mean, instead of just telling her where the place is, since she can't go anyways, why don't we just come back to this spot and light the fires when we have the egg?
What does the dragon think of that? Is that okay with you? Do you want us to tell you tonight how we succeed to move forward, or you want us to try to get the egg and then let you know?
I can wait here if you think it's best.
Because otherwise we're just telling you, hey, this place you've been looking for but can't actually go is right here. Don't go there.
Right.
It'll be too tempting.
I don't think it's there.
But I should. You're right. But I should show up because I'm supposed to have a meeting.
Yes, you should show up for the meeting. That way, we
Not
have
for the
more time
meeting.
before they know something's up.
I can't be there when you guys are fighting, or I'll have to help them.
No, they'll take the egg. No, the egg isn't going to be. We aren't going to tell them where the egg is. We just would tell her that we did find out. And we're going to go get it.
Okay, that's fair.
But I'm thinking if they're watching or have some kind of way to magically, I don't know, clairvoyance or something in the area, and I don't show up, then they'll be curious like why I didn't show up to the meeting.
Yeah. I think we should just ambush them, and then you show up a bit later after we're already clear.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe
give you
an
the
hour or
signal.
so.
We'll give.
I mean, frankly, there's no real need for us
Well,
to
if
talk.
you're there when I'm there, then I'm going to have to kill you.
Yeah. So we should probably just kill them, get the information, kill them, and then
Okay.
go get the egg.
Why would you have
Right.
to kill us?
I'm saying that
Because of
if they're watching,
Oh.
and we're down here because nobody's down here watching or would suspect that I meet you on the road or anybody down here on the road.
Okay, that's a deal.
So
No signal.
So
Do what you want.
I'm going to show up at the ruin about an hour after midnight.
And we won't be there.
And you won't be there.
Okay.
And then I will be all befuddled and confused. Like, what? Why? How did all these people die? Right? And then, I will wait for you to come back and respond with my egg or give me my egg back or whatever.
And we'll come to this spot.
The ruin.
Yeah, we'll go back to the meeting place.
Okay. And build 3 fires. When we have the egg.
Yes, but I think she'll be waiting for us.
Okay.
I'll be there.
All right.
Yeah.
Still going to build 3 fires just because I really want to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
You can have your signal fires.
Okay.
It's an early Christmas present.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I'll wait right here until a little bit after midnight. She climbs into the trees, and boop. Okay. What? She's gone.
It's a trade road. I think she's gonna give somebody a heart attack.
Well, you can't see her. She's nowhere around.
She's a very sneaky dragon.
Yeah. You hear some trees crunching, but yeah. She's off the road.
I think I saw a puppet show that went like this once.
She must be getting food, guy.
They used a lot of tomato juice.
All right, so we can see this hill. We make our way toward that hill, right? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I would think so. We might want to get there plenty early so we can maybe set up some camouflaged spots for us to watch and be ready.
Dig a hole and hide in it.
Or just build up some brush around a spot, some branches and whatnot.
We have no idea what direction they're coming from to this thing.
No.
We have 4 horses we got to put somewhere.
Right. Okay, so I assume this is just me, but I assume you're gonna ride up the road and then go straight up the hill. Or are you gonna go directly cross country? How do you want to do it?
Um,
I was thinking you'd go up the road there and then up the hill there, or you could just go straight.
Having never taken this road before, we really wouldn't think about that. Probably just go straight up unless somebody has.
You can see the hill, so you can go straight up the hill if you want.
There's probably a road up the hill, even if it's also in ruins. And
yeah, if there's an old castle or keep or something there, then there was probably some remnant of the path that people used to take to get there. Maybe totally overgrown, but at least there might be something.
I mean, realistically, we should. Honestly, we might want to follow the road just so we have less distance to travel once we're going into the brush. We don't. I mean, we're still early in the day, so it shouldn't be an issue.
What time? It's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock?
10 a.m.
10 o'clock.
Yeah. It's 10 a.m. Traveling on the road, you go 9 miles an hour. Or 9 kilometers an hour, I mean.
Okay.
Through the forest, you go...
Yeah, we want to go down the road for sure.
Yeah.
4-ish miles an hour, so half speed. It's all kilometers, right?
Yeah. Basically an hour and a half down the road and then
3 hours to
2 hours up the hill.
Yeah, it's 5. Even on the hill, it's 5. Okay, so you get to there approximately by 11. right? And then maybe just a second. Let me see how far that is. That's another 3 hours. So, yeah, so like at 2 o'clock, you would make it to the top. But I'm going to go ahead and say, Bernie, give me a D20. Roll a D20.
He's frozen. We might have had a storm.
He is. He's just like stationary. All right, so let's do this. Let's get Theo. Give me a D20.
Yep. 18.
It's not a 19. Okay, so, which is always a good thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy and paste you guys from the road to the hill. And then let's drag you over. Yeah, if his power went out, you would think his camera would go black, right? But it will.
I would think so. It's kind of unusual that it's
Yeah,
hanging like that.
I'm okay with that. It keeps the cameras on my stream straight. There he goes.
There he goes.
Right when I say that, all the cameras go all wacky.
And Mason, he told us there was a big storm rolling through when he came. I don't know if you heard that. Okay.
I heard the ending of it.
Okay, so while you guys kind of look around the map there, you guys can see it looks like it's not a castle, but I got you on the right map, right? Yeah, it's not a castle. It's more like a. Do I dynamic? Can you see everything?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Just making sure it was daylight. Okay, so you guys can see that it's more of a religious kind of temple area, maybe.
Oh boy. I wonder if these people are Telda, and this is some sort of a religious angle that they've got.
I don't think the Tailda would need to use secrecy, though. I think they just kind of run in and run out.
I don't know. I mean, if they wanted to avoid any kind of retribution, nobody knows who you are. They can't come chase you. But I guess, yeah, hiding your identity means you're afraid somebody might know who you are. It could be nobles and other important people.
What if it's that, I gotta go way back up for this. What if that's that Sir Mailed again? The one who had the black boots?
He has returned.
Right when I'm done fixing all the cameras, you get to come back and messes it all up again. No, that's fine.
You weren't here for this. We found some bandits.
Okay, he logged in on his phone. Okay.
Under the pay of a disgruntled knight by the name of Sir Mailed, to the north of Roganter. He's got highwaymen he pays.
The black boots.
Black boot.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is more of his doing.
Maybe.
That's a long ways away.
Speaking of which, while we're here, I'm going to start just storing away some of this. I'm going to hop off my horse and chuck everything into my bag that I won't need and just stow it somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, we should put the horses in the woods somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good distance away, 100 yards away or so, so we can tie them up and keep them out of the way.
Let's see here.
And I'll tie my bag up in a tree so that the bears don't get it.
Okay, I'm glad to see you're back. All right, so you guys should be able to see there's like a little sacrificial altar right there. You see what looks like it was going to be some kind of religious temple. You guys can jump off your horses and do your thing. If you need to put your horses somewhere, just let me know. I don't think you have control over them. So there.
We're gonna hide them off in the trees, like 100 yards away.
Actually, let's do this. Bernie, what are you calling your horse?
I called it Gargoon. Because I don't have animal handling, so it's like a Gargoon to me. Sorry about that.
Kind of like
guys.
that.
We've never had a storm where I didn't lose power at least 2 or 3 times. It's just
No worries.
I live in rural Russia here.
Somebody has to be.
What is my Poltnik score? Let me give this a quick test right now. Oh, okay. That's what I want.
Okay, so where do you want him to be at? And while we're waiting, Raynard, what are you calling your horse?
My horse's name is temporarily on a different page. Hold on.
Can we put them like out here in the woods?
You know what I'm going to do? Yeah, you definitely can. You had to ride through the woods to get here.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go to the horse and just give you all control over it. Just, it's one horse, but you'll all have control over it. Horses.
I'm going to go by.
Well, I guess I could do that. Yeah, and then that.
Theo just calls his Fib.
Did a horse appear under bestiary horses in your journal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That's just so that you can actually move the token. That's all. That's the only reason why I did that. Not
Okay.
so that you can pull the character sheet up.
Okay.
Raynard, what are you calling yours?
Go Beth. I dropped it in chat.
I don't use chat.
Okay.
Go
I can change on the
Baith.
token. Yay.
I got it.
I can't make it show.
Right. What about you, Theo?
Fib. Just FIB.
Okay. Forged in battle. Got it.
We're so clever.
And then we're asking Guy, what is your horse's name that, even though they have a name, but you're changing it. What is it?
Muted, sir.
Your mic's not coming through there, Guymar.
You can chat it if you want. Okay, you did.
Yeah,
Veron?
yeah, they told me Veron. The stable boy told me that.
So Guymar's actually just calling the horse what it's actually.
That's what its name was. I didn't come up with that.
That's right. And if you guys, you should be able to just move the token around. If
Okay.
you need to rotate it, there should be a little arrow that lets you rotate your horse.
Yep.
Or you could do that. Just throw him in the woods, in the bushes.
Yeah.
You know, get him
Over
behind
here.
get him behind something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
preferably, if the map were a little bit bigger, I'd go a little bit further so they don't inadvertently clunk our hooves or snort a little bit.
Right. Okay.
We see a path coming from the south. Is that a path coming from the north as well?
It's yeah, like a deer trail. It's not like heavily traveled, but yes. This place many moons ago was visited by somebody, obviously.
Let's poke around and see if we can find out if there's any, maybe there could be some dwarvish runes that Rainer could read, or maybe we could make something out. Maybe
Okay.
it's tied to their religion, maybe not. Who knows? But maybe it's worth a look.
Yeah, I'm keen to look around. I don't quite have 12 hours to rest, so.
Yeah, if you want to look around, give me an awareness test.
Okay, we'll check it out for goodies. Why am I even here?
You're over there.
Just to suffer.
Somebody has to roll bad. I'm soaking them up for the rest of the group.
You guys are all putting the horses up while Raynard's like,
Yeah.
you know,
So,
he's in a hurry.
it's just Theo just like shouts over to Bernier, "Hey, I found a really cool rock."
Okay, so Raynard, you see that this is a religious site, not Lorani or Peony. This is that is a sacrificial altar. Apparently, there is some dried blood on there. It's less than a week old. It's been used recently.
Oh, lovely.
I think we should take that dagger and put it somewhere right now where we can come get it later. Or
Well, that would
one of
involve
us take
touching
it. Well, we can bury the bag. You know, you don't have to bury it, but we can put it under some rocks or put leaves over it. Maybe Bernie, since you got the bag, you go put it in the woods, and we won't even know where you put it. Hopefully, you don't get killed. But that way they can't torture all of us. They can only torture you.
It-
Unless you
don't
think we should
know.
all know where it's at.
well, yeah, if somebody were to die, it'd suck not to know where it was. But I don't know why we don't just keep it. You know, if they can sense it, they can sense it in under a rock as much as they can sense it on a person.
I'm not saying that they can sense it. I'm just worried that they might beat us in a fight. There could be. We don't know how many might show up. There could be 10 of them. We could be in trouble.
Then we probably wouldn't care. If we could survive this thing, it'd be a whole different game. Like, I don't know. I think.
I mean, I'm not sure about that. We're trying to protect the people, right? And we wouldn't want it to fall into the wrong hands. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to force you to if you don't think so. Just a thought.
I will, though, over somewhere near the horses, unload some weight.
Yeah,
When we're gonna have
you
a
noticed
fight.
Theo did the same thing.
Yeah, and I'm
Yep.
tying my bag up in a tree so
Okay.
bears don't eat it.
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get rid of some.
Okay, are you doing that over here?
Over by the horse.
No, over by. Or the horse.
Okay.
Guys, I'm worried about something. Is it going to be
It will.
a full moon?
Oh, I don't know. That I don't think so. I think that today is a Lorani holiday.
That's nice.
It is Alamitra, which is the second day of the week, or seventh day. I'm sorry, seventh day of the week. It's the 27th. It's where high mass is usually taken. No, the full moon is normally on the 30th. No, full moon. I take that back. That's on the 15th. The new moon is on the 30th. So you're about 3 days out from a new moon.
3 days out?
From a new moon. Full moon is on the
that's- okay.
15th. Yeah, so it's a normal moon. It's crescent.
So we're going to have to be in the dark because the dragon wouldn't have lanterns.
Well, they might.
I have a
I know that, but I'm saying we can't have lanterns on.
Right, because you'll be like broadcasting.
Yeah. I'm going to do, I think I'll do what Guy was talking about. I'm going to put all my stuff in one spot and I'll just put the bag with the dagger in the same place.
Okay.
Just in a spot where I'm going to keep.
Throw some
keep all
bushes
the
on it
stuff
to
I
kind of
put down.
hide it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in place I know where I put all my stuff.
Yeah, no worries. That sounds good.
Yep.
Give me a location where you're planning on doing that.
It would be probably 20 feet from the horses off to the north. So I don't know, and then cover it with bushes, like behind, or where there's a natural bush. I don't know. I assume the horses are off this map, or are they?
Do you want them to be off the map?
Yeah,
How far off?
Well, yeah.
I don't know, 30 or 40 feet,
Okay.
or maybe I don't know, guys. It should be a ways. How big are these hexes? They're 3 feet or 5?
5?
I'd say 100 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? On second thought, I'll take that bag and I'll tie it to my belt in the back with the thing in it. We get a fighting chance to keep it out of their hands.
Right.
So I'll have it on me.
Okay. Yeah.
And if worse gets to worse, I'll throw it to Guy and say, use it on him. And then we run.
So I figure I should probably just check this in advance so I know specifically what I want to grab. Are there any weird rules regarding just like pole axes and how they act in combat, or is it just normal? Mostly that's because if they're, long, and I just don't want to make sure I'm not dealing with any weirdness on that end.
No, I mean, you're not using a shield while you're using it.
No. There is a big hand modifier. No, I just got the pole axe right now.
Well, that's if you just use it left-handed. Or one-handed. Yeah, so that's if
Yeah.
you use it one-handed. So, but
Okay.
do you want to use it one-handed? You can, I suppose, if it's got a hand modifier.
No, Theo's actually left his kite shield and his hand axe and his dagger in the bag. He just has
Okay.
his pole axe.
That'll lighten
on.
your load quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so there's no like bonus rules for like I don't know, reach or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it gives you any kind of reach.
Okay. Perfect.
Does it? Does it say it gives you reach?
I haven't seen anything that says that. I was just double checking to make sure there weren't any weird things, because I know like some off systems when you have like pole arms and such. It's like you can't attack adjacent to you. But this is
Well, that's
this system
true.
has a pretty simple action system to it, so I'm not too worried about that. Because
Yeah.
maneuverability for me won't really be hard unless I'm like dead surrounded.
It's a noble weapon, so you can't use it unless you're a noble.
Yeah.
Has a hand
Okay.
penalty of 15.
So, yep. Okay.
It's a pole arm, so it abides by all the pole arm rules. So let me go find that engagement zones. Yeah, it would say long reach next to it. Does it say long, or any weapons show long reach? Yeah, the pike, the jousting pole, and the glaive all have long weapons. Attacks at 1 hex range. It cannot attack attacks at 1 hex range and cannot attack adjacent enemy.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense. Okay, so yeah, that sounds like an extra hex. Yeah, it doesn't have a long. It's not considered long. You can choke up on it, is what they're saying. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Should we hide?
You can. Where would you like? Where you? Okay, so just tell me where you guys are going to hide, and then we'll jump to midnight.
Do you guys want to hide?
Unless you want to search around a little bit more.
We don't want to be too far. I'd just say like hang out in the tree line at the edge.
That's a good
What
spot.
I'd recommend.
Yeah.
And then stay together?
Yeah. I don't want us to get like cut off from each other. Probably be best if we stayed together because otherwise there is a non-zero chance that we get ganged up on individually and
Does
just have a bad
does
time.
anybody have a super slow move?
No. I'm pretty quick.
My move is 7.
7 here too.
I think you
I'm at
all
6,
have slow moves,
as
Snowplay.
usual.
Yeah, well, that's slow. That's true.
Got an 8.
How are you, Guy? Are you?
I'm at 6 because my armor. I think I've got more armor than all you guys. I don't know. Well, I don't
So-
have a 19 strength, which would help you with your move. Do we want to spread out? Spread out a little?
Where did Guy go?
Guys up north of us,
Okay.
top right corner
Oh,
of
there he
that
is.
area.
Trying to make sure I'm in a bush.
Yeah. You can either be in a bush or behind a pillar or something.
Yeah. We'll be incognito.
I see everybody's moving around. Just let me know when you guys are settled.
I'm done. I'm ready.
I'm good.
Yep, I'm set.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, so you guys basically just lay in wait, trying to get the jump on whoever's going to be here meeting the dragon. Let me see how many dozens of them are showing up.
Man, if I got lightning, wow. Crazy.
At least 3 baker's dozens.
Okay, 3 baker's dozens. Oh, okay. All right. So, let me find my NPCs. Everybody can make a hearing test. No endurance penalties.
Times 3?
Yes. No, times 4 if you haven't rolled yet.
Oh, well.
I rolled right when you said yes.
My hearing is perfectly average.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anybody else?
I got a crit success.
Oh, okay. So it would go to reason that you would hear them because they are coming from the south. You hear
yeah, my target would have been 70.
you hear some people coming up the path, and you hear them speaking to each other about, I'm surprised they put me on this detail. I don't know anything about dragons, and I don't know. And the other one says, don't worry, kid, I got this. I'll tell the dragon what to do because we got him by the balls. And then
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z, and because you got a crit success, they're not speaking Caldor, right? They're speaking Harnic, so you understand the words, but it's a foreign tongue. If you make a language test, and you can make any language test, I don't care which one you roll. If you make a language test, if you heard, then I'll tell you what language it is. It's a dialect. It's really just they're using like words out of place, like chips instead of French fries, that kind of thing.
You said make a what roll?
Language.
Language. Any language.
Any language.
Like Harnic.
Yeah, that'd be the best one to roll. Okay, they're speaking a dialect from the far west. Maybe here. Let me take you to the world map just so that everyone can see. Okay, this is the world map. So they're speaking a dialect from somewhere in that area. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You see that? Mason?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. The Thardan Republic is, if you think of it like they're Romans, okay? Above that, I think there's Retham. Think of them like, what's a good analogy? Transylvania. And yeah, so they've got this like Hungarian, old Gaelic, Germanic kind of accent to them, right? And so that's why you say, oh, they're coming from that area. And he's like, don't worry, boy, we got the dragon by his balls. He's like, okay, I trust you. This is my first mission. Okay. What do you guys do? What do you do while you hear that? They're coming up the trail.
I don't hear them, so
You don't hear it.
I'm just watching the other
You're just
guys.
waiting and watching. I'm want to know what Raynard's going to do. If he's going to like announce his presence or anything.
I look for a pebble or a small twig on the ground, and I throw it over at Bernier.
Make a stealth roll. Thank you for letting me make an awareness test.
I ding the rock off his shield and it goes boom.
No, you did it stealthy. Nobody hears. You throw a rock and it's very quiet.
Oh.
Yeah, Bernier, you get hit by a rock from Reynard.
And I
Okay.
point.
I look and I'll go with a thumbs up.
And I go
Okay.
like this.
You guys should uncheck your mounted. If you have mounted checked, you should uncheck it.
Yep.
Okay, so let me grab this guy. They come into sight. Do you want to do anything? Or just wait?
Until I can see all of them, so we know how many there are. We don't want to let any get away.
Okay.
Yeah,
We need
that.
and let's try to hear what they're saying. Maybe we'll learn something if we let them talk for a little bit.
That's one of them.
Okay.
No chainmail. No gold.
Oh.
But they are carrying shields, and they do have swords. They have these swords that look like...
So one thing I mean to ask, swords are generally speaking noble weaponry, correct?
Mostly,
Am I recalling that correctly?
yeah. Broadswords and great swords are, yes, those are. But these don't look like a broadsword or a greatsword. They look like, but there are sword, and swords are almost 99% noble. But if they're coming from a different culture, it might be different. I don't know.
Right.
Usually it's universal, feudal, but they don't. If it's Tharda, they don't come from a feudal society. They come from a republic.
Okay.
For which it stands.
Yeah, I don't know. With like a senate, that kind of stuff. Okay, so they come walking in, and they're like, "Man, he's not here yet," and it's probably they're early, right? It's like 11:30, and they go, "Well, this is where it's usually done," and he's pointing. He's pointing at the altar. Yeah, I was here about a week ago, and we had this woman up here, and I couldn't wait to gut her and like eat her heart, and it was beautiful.
Mm.
Can I
Gave-
make a
gave
roll
me-
against being hungry?
Your stomach goes growl. No.
Do they have any light sources on them?
They do not. I adjusted the brightness of the map to simulate the moonlight.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see them. It's plain
Okay,
as
but
it's
they don't have,
nighttime,
like-
but they're not carrying torches or they don't have a backpack on. They're not carrying anything. They're not carrying anything but their robes and sword and shield.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try and creep over to the ruins from my hidey hole.
Oh, you are, huh?
In full armor.
Yes.
That's all right. I'm pulling up a character sheet. Okay, so let's take a look at stealth rules. I think you can sneak along fairly easily. Because I think if you pass your stealth roll, which we're going to have you make another one of those, but if you pass that, I don't think they get a chance to hear you. I think they only get a chance to hear you if you fail a stealth roll.
Well, I'm gonna circle once. Yeah, I'm gonna try and cut off any escape from the north once things go into. And
I'm just going to stay where I'm at.
no, I'm gonna stay where I'm at for right now. I'm
Yep.
just gonna once things kick off, I'm gonna swing around that direction to try and keep them maybe from running there if possible.
Pincer.
I like to call it the Zulu Dawn maneuver.
Okay, stealth is tested when you attempt to move without being detected.
Okay. So I make a stealth roll.
It presumes reasonable cover and poor light.
I think I have those.
Okay, I agree.
So
Any
click.
failure will result in a test of awareness. Okay.
Failure.
Still move though, right?
Oh, yeah. So, like, 3 hexes out of 8.
Okay. So, oh yeah.
Yep.
So we'll just go ahead and pull up the initiative tracker.
Yep.
One of them goes, "Who's over there?"
Just us chickens.
You,
Okay. The boy goes, "Oh, there's somebody over there." Okay,
I
just a
didn't
second.
select my guy. I'll get it.
Yeah.
My initiative is so bad. That's really weird.
Try to keep the boy alive. He'll squeal more. Well, he might know us too, though, if this is his first mission.
He'd know where he just came from.
Wait, what? What am I? Am I not clicking the right thing? I'm not. I hit the skill.
Rookie.
I know.
Oh, good. They're slow.
Okay. So we got the man and the boy. Let's go ahead and sort this. There we go. But the boy goes, "Hey, who's over there?" And the man says, "Hey, that's one of them Lorani knights. Get ready." Okay. And so then we go to Theobaldus. You hear all that.
Yep. Oh, shoot. What's my current movement set at? 7. Okay. Oh, I gotta lay in real close here. Look at these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna say 5,
Yep.
6, 7.
Okay, you can double it if you don't get within 1 square of them.
If
Is
I
there
don't
any-
get within 1 square of them, I can double it. Okay.
Correct.
In that case, I will move up to right beside this altar and just point my poleaxe at him.
Yep. The man goes, "Oh, there's more than one." All right, and then we go to Reynard.
Okay. Movement 8. And so I can half move and still attack, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I
No, you can
get
go.
what I
You can
have.
go. You can charge up to 7 and attack, right? Or
Mhm.
whatever your move is.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay.
Half your move and attack.
Half an attack. Okay.
Okay.
Are we sure?
I think there is a charge. An unengaged character makes a full move or less to engage an enemy and must move, and must, not optional, then conduct a melee attack. So you can charge and make a melee attack
Yeah, you can go your full
if you're
move.
unengaged.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't been playing that way.
Yes, we have. That's been the rule. The first night, I let you guys do double moves and attack, which was wrong.
Okay. I have 8
Okay.
movement. I'm going in kind of a circle like this, so I don't have to do the one square and stop. Only takes 7, so I get there. And I'm going to hit the man.
An unengaged character makes a half move or less to engage an enemy character and may optionally then make a melee attack. But if that's engage,
This is the text on the charge.
Before, when we moved to full move, we could move anywhere but not get in the head adjacent next to an enemy.
that's a double move. I'm going to my rules, the ones I've been using. Give me a
Okay.
moment
All right.
to make sure that I'm move. Dodge. Load. Okay. Armor. Movement. Long reach. Combat, rest, pass, free move, engage, and unengage, charge. Yeah, okay. So there's engage, which is an unengaged character makes a half move or less to engage an enemy character and may optionally then conduct a melee attack. Where a charge is an unengaged character takes a full move to engage the enemy character and must then conduct a melee attack. Yeah, so you can go full and still attack.
Full and must attack.
And must attack, right.
Okay.
If you're going half speed, then you can get up next to him and do something other than attack.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
How did you get there?
I went,
Around that square?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went, it was something like this.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
And I whack the man.
Okay.
He's more likely to survive it than the boy.
Sounds like a carnival game. Whack a man. Bam, bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam.
He's going to try to block with his shield.
Oh, that's a block.
Yeah, I got to scroll way down. Where's my things are all the way up. Okay, there we go. Success, block.
I was going to say critical fail, but you got to it in time.
Guymore. What would
Okay.
you like to do? Move, probably.
I'm going to.
You can double move if you
all
don't
the
engage.
way. Yeah, that's what I'm just going to try and head him off for now by running this direction.
Kind of
And
lock them down.
kind of banging on my shield when I get in place, so to kind of let him maybe try and freak him out a little. Banging my sword on my shield.
Okay, I got to change something on this. It's set up as Euclidean, probably. Yeah, I'm changing it to hex path. Okay, there we go. Because you had a 0.1, and I don't want to see that ever again.
There you go.
So now,
hey.
when you measure, it'll give you like how many hexes it takes to get there.
Okay, that's nice.
Okay, so yeah, so you charge around the corner there. Okay, Bernie.
I'm going to go ahead and do the 8 hexes because I'm not going to get within the battle range.
Right, you're just
And-
approaching.
And I'd like to tell the boy to yield and put down his arms. You're my prisoner.
He got a good surround on him, so hopefully they will feel intimidated.
Okay, so the boy feels intimidated. So what he'll do is he'll make an initiative skill roll. And he just stands there. Like, what? I don't know what to do.
Okay, I imagine that was the whole turn then. We
For
don't
hi-
have a conversation, right?
For him, no, there's no conversation. It's only a few it's 1 second. So yeah, it's like,
Exactly. So I said my piece and he said his piece.
right. So
Okay.
the man, also being a little confused, makes an initiative test, and he stands there guarding. He's guarding himself. Like, what's happening? There's so many of them. But they have their weapons and shields out, ready to fight. All right, Theo.
Theo is going to move in across. I would suggest this is the time where you both set down your weapons and surrender.
All right, and are you going to attack?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
not this round.
Yep. There's no holding attacks, by the way. Okay, so Reynard.
Okay. I was going to try to take them peacefully, but then I remembered the heart eating thing. So I'm going to turn and swing at the boy's head.
You could almost see fresh blood dripping off of his face, but you can't because he's washed that off. Okay. You swing at the man?
At the boy's head.
Keep in mind, we need
The
information
boy,
from these
okay.
two before you kill them both.
He will
Yeah, I know.
try to block with his shield. He doesn't get a minus because both of you are engaged by the man as well.
Yeah. And I know, the man knows more. The boy's to show that I'm serious.
Boy's going to easily crack. The man may not.
But the boy probably doesn't know anything.
Okay, so critical,
Well, he's not going to
no,
know
marginal.
anything now.
Marginal success, critical failure is A2.
A2.
You hit him in the skull.
Oh god.
2d6 plus my 6 for 11.
Oh, there goes that kid.
11. He has a hood on, which gives him 0 armor. So 11 to the skull is an S3.
So not an outright mortal wound.
It's still
but
pretty
not
good.
Much better.
Serious fracture.
It's still pretty good. And he will. I'm going to do this. And
It's weird that there's no
do
stumble
that.
roll for headshots.
There is this, though.
Mm.
He falls. He falls out. He's down.
Crunch. I turn to the man and I say, "Drop your weapon." That's what I got.
Gaimar.
I am,
The boy is laying on the ground in shock.
I'm moving in, shield up, trying to make sure he realizes he's hemmed in. I've got my sword pointed towards him, and I say, "This is your last chance to surrender, or follow the path your friend just took." And I won't attack this turn.
Give me a intimidate roll. It's diplomacy. It's diplomacy, right? You got diplomacy? Is that a skill?
No, not diplomacy.
It would be rhetoric.
There's
Rhetoric? Okay.
Yeah, because diplomacy is rhetoric.
Nope.
Okay. He didn't really hear you. All he saw was the boy fall to the ground, slumped over. Bernie.
I will. Can I stand on the boy in the hex?
Do you want to?
Yeah. Does
Okay.
that mean
It's a stumble roll.
No, he means occupy the same space, I think, right?
Yeah, if you go into the same square, you will make a stumble roll. You can do it
all
if
right,
you want.
I'll move here, and I'll shout to the man, "Drop your weapons or the boy's going to die."
And you wave your weapon threateningly at the boy. Okay.
I wait. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give him an initiative test, but I'm going to give him minus 20. I think that's a good amount.
Very scientific.
Yeah.
It's role-playing scientific. I think I have Armageddon outside the window. Oh my goodness. 98, dude.
Okay, so he just stands there. Not fighting, just standing there. We're going to go ahead and just say he surrenders. He throws his sword and his shield onto the altar. And we'll end this fight right here. The fight's over. Jump out of melee. What do you want to do?
I will tie him up if I can. I assume somebody's going to try and see if they can medicate this kid. Do a medic roll or something.
No.
Yeah,
Stabilize him.
Theo will.
All right. If you're doing that, I'll tie him up. I just want to make sure this guy doesn't try and do anything stupid. So.
What kind of
Just bludgeoning.
yeah, so
It was a
that roll doesn't work.
Rush.
You don't
Oh, is it not?
don't just roll physician. No. You have to apply the proper modifiers. And I need to know what you're doing to stop his shock.
Wrapping his head with bandages.
Okay. So
So-
he has HR. Okay, that's if he shock.
Burn, stab, bite, cut, tear.
If in shock, unable to act, technically in a dazed unconscious, attempt recovery every 4 hours to recover from shock. Shock HR starts at H5. So, plus times his condition, which is 10, so it's 50. So you're looking for a 50%, plus your half of your physician skill.
Okay.
Which is what?
My physician skill is 39.
Yeah, because shock is not something that you medicate.
Not really.
No, it's just after 4 hours he gets a chance to recover from it.
Oh.
There's
I mean,
no
if he's
there's
not
no
dying,
not
then that's
treated or anything like that. You would think.
No.
Put a blanket on him. That's about all you can do.
Yeah, elevate the
These
feet.
guys aren't
Yeah.
even-
No.
these guys-
Elevate the feet.
I mean, to be fair, they're probably going to die here in a sec. Theo's mostly just concerned with putting on the airs of, hey, we're being friendly until you give us the information we need.
Yeah, so basically you're taking care of the boy, keeping him comfortable, and the man is just standing there kind of with his hands up. And I think Guymar is going to grab his hands and tie him up with rope.
Yeah.
He was
Okay.
going to take the weapons and shield away from the
his feet
cave, though.
too. Hands and
Okay.
feet, so he can't run. Hobble him.
Okay, these swords are kind of like fat broadswords. They're a little bit shorter, but they're a lot wider. You know, you can almost think of it like a gladius. But they're a little bit longer than that. They're a little bit longer than a gladius. They're unusual. They're not swords that you guys use in your kingdom.
Once this guy's secured, I'll start patting him down to see if he has any secret messages, any maps, anything of value to us.
Okay,
Before
he has
we
a
start
dagger.
him. take that away.
Okay. And he has leather armor on his body and his feet. So like, yeah, only on like his chest, abdomen, hip, groin, and shoulders, and upper arm, and then he's wearing these leather shoes or boots, but they're ankle high. But that's it. He doesn't have like a money pouch or a scroll or a gold coin in his hand. No, he doesn't have any of that.
Like in the picture.
Yeah. It's an illusion. Yeah, he doesn't have any of that.
Okay.
I think we should just be direct about this.
Yeah, I'm just waiting until everyone's ready to go. I wasn't going to start questioning him before everyone else was.
We're ready.
So we can get focused. Yeah, go ahead
Yeah.
and ask questions if you want.
Oh, okay.
I ain't telling you nothing.
Oh, well, that's a shame because I've got this mace here, and I'm going to start breaking parts of you until you talk. And we have
You don't.
while.
I'm not worried. In just a few minutes, there's gonna be a dragon. It's gonna come and raise hell all over you.
Oh, no, it's not supposed to show up for another 2 hours.
And he's like, looks at his watch. No, he's like looking up at the sky, like, I think you're mistaken.
Yeah, see, we're here. Where's the dragon egg?
What?
Where is the dragon's egg?
It's none of your business. I refuse to tell you.
Cut a finger off. That always motivates people. Make it
No,
his
no,
bow
no, no, no.
finger.
We're just gonna break it.
You're gonna torture him.
Yes.
I can't wait for that.
You,
I mean, they used to cut off people's bow fingers back in the day, right?
Evil knights did, yes.
It's more painful to just break the finger.
Plus, yeah, you can. I know you guys. I know the ultimate goal is you're gonna kill him anyway, right? But making someone suffer before you kill him is kind of like not knightly.
Oh, wait, hold on. Right, I'm not supposed to.
Luckily, he won't be able to tell anybody what we did.
Hold on.
Killing him is for some reason killing someone's okay, but hurting them while doing it is not okay.
He's an evil cultist who just
He
talks
is
about eating
he is
a woman's
evil.
heart.
He is an evil cultist, and he might not fall within your norms because you really only do that with other nobles.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's
So, yeah,
also
yeah.
the fact that we're trying to do this to stop a dragon from torching like several other villages.
That's true.
Yeah,
Process.
That's
There's
true.
a lot of mitigating factors.
I'm just saying there might be a little
No,
loss of
I-
piety if you just start torturing him.
Well, at
Right.
this point, I'm just trying to intimidate him. Hopefully that he realizes.
Yeah, you can say, "Hey, cut off a finger." Yeah, and that's good cop, bad cop.
Okay. How about this?
No need for that. Theo just walks over, poleaxe, just kind of like
And uses his
sets
mind
on
control
and just
ability?
starts leaning.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I went off on a left tangent. What do? You go up to him with your poleaxe?
Theo's just just as this man's tied up, Theo just kind of sets on. He's just kind of leaning against him. Now, come on, let's just tell us the information we need so nothing unfortunate needs to happen. My brother is not exactly the most patient sort.
You can make a rhetoric roll with the threat of losing a finger. I'll give you a +10 on that.
But now we have to follow through, or our threats are empty.
Hey, that's a marginal success.
He's like,
Look, I'm trying to do you a favor here.
Are you going to let me go if I tell you?
Yes.
Well, if you go east, I'm sorry, What way is that? And he points west. If you go to the road in that direction, we've got a campsite. It's a little bit off the road, so you might have to look for the wagon tracks that go through the trees. Because we're keeping it on a wagon.
Oh, so the dragon can't
Interesting.
just follow you to find it. It's always moving. How many
Yeah,
are
yeah.
guarding it?
What? There's 20 of us. He's lying. You don't have to roll.
Those are tough odds. How did you find the dragon's egg?
No,
Oh, that
that's
wasn't
not
that
important.
wasn't my mission.
What were you searching for?
What
are
is
they
your
searching
mission?
for in Falcath? We saw that they dug something up. What are they looking for?
I only do what I'm told, but it was passed down that the dragon, we're supposed to tell the dragon his next destination, but I don't know why. They keep our groups in the dark, so we can't let each other know what's going on.
So you
More
were
curiosity.
threatened by-
How do you even become a cultist like this? Like, what's
I'm not a
your-
cultist.
What's your whole deal with torching places, and why are you doing this?
I'm not torturing anybody.
Who
Just
do you
eating
worship?
hearts.
I just cut people's hearts out and eat it.
Who do you worship? Tell us.
What does the heart taste like?
It's kind of it tastes a little bit like iron.
It tastes like beets.
It tastes like beets. Who do you work for, or who do you worship? Who do you worship? Oh, that is
Who's-
I
Arnie was talking about these other religions.
I'm trying to see how he's happy that you asked him this. And I'm trying to see, he's like, I am elated to tell you that we are working for Morgath.
Isn't he the monster guy?
No.
No,
He's
no.
god of death in the underworld. You're from Retham,
Yes.
or
You could tell by my voice, couldn't you?
yes.
Yeah. We speak with the what do you call it? We speak with the blah blah. No. Like Transylvania. Yeah,
That's how we could tell.
yeah. He's always got the blah blah. No.
It's Morgoth, blah 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 blah.
Right.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, he's got the he almost looks like he would be a vampire if he wasn't not. I mean, he looks like a really sickly human,
If
pale
he was
skin
one,
and
he'd
stuff.
look like he was.
Yeah, if he was yeah.
Kind of pasty,
Pasty looking, not a lot of
Yeah.
sunlight.
a little
Yeah.
draught, and
Yeah.
gaunt maybe.
Well, is there anything else we needed to ask him?
Yeah, a lot like that. He's like, yeah, the Morgath, we were sent here to assist a powerful minion of Morgath But we don't know exactly what we're looking for or why we're doing this. We just obey.
Okay.
Oh.
And
I will.
and the dragon is the dragon will help us defeat you.
Of course it will.
Look forward to it. I
Um,
want to see a dragon. Dragons are fun.
did we have any more questions for this nice gentleman?
Nope.
Just shake my head no.
Okay, then I have
Theo just politely turns away.
I have two excellent pieces of good news for you, sir. The first is we will be letting you go as promised. The second is that you even get to meet Morgath now.
He smiles.
Yeah, I was afraid you would like that one.
And he's looking around, waiting for this, seeing if you can summon him.
And I clonk him in
Close
the
your
head
eyes. He's coming.
Clonk him in the head in what way?
with my mace.
Okay. to cave it in.
Jeez.
Mm.
You know, out of
You're
general
pulling a
execution,
Negan
that
on
might
him?
be one of the most brutal.
I don't think you have to roll to hit because he's involuntarily tied up, right?
No, he's dead.
Yeah,
He caved in his skull, his eyes go popping out of his skull, and yeah, he's dead.
We'll go ahead and finish off the boy.
And he's like, I'm coming. And he hits the ground.
God. TMI.
As I clean my mace off, I say, "Man, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that."
You know,
Yeah.
I do want to search the young boy.
Or
in
a
case
penny.
He has
Actually,
He has a
if we
dagger as well.
If we just leave the young boy, will he die naturally now that he's
No,
shot?
he will either die or he will recover.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take the old. I'm gonna take the
Every
man's
4
leather
hours, he
armor.
gets a healing roll. And if it goes up, he'll wake up. If it goes down, it just gets worse until it gets to 0. And when he gets to 0, he dies.
I'm gonna take that guy's leather armor and his sword off of him, and his dagger. I keep
Okay.
all of them and put them.
These
Yeah.
guys are size 5. So if you guys are size 7, you can't wear it.
I'm 5'7". I'm
Hey,
size
Bernier.
Yeah, I don't know if it would fit me, but maybe Bernie. What size are you?
I'm
6.
size 6.
Yeah, so you could wear it. It'd just be a little tight.
I
I think
But these guys are smaller than him.
really.
I'm size 7.
They're size
I
5.
feel- Oh yeah, I feel wonderful.
Yeah.
Yay. So we
Once I
should.
get up, I saw it and I'm like, hey, Bernie, this is
They're
for
like
you.
Romans. No.
I will ask everybody. We're going to dispatch the boy, right?
What if we take the man's body into the woods, we put the boy on the altar, minus his robe, and put the man's dagger in his chest?
No,
Just in case someone comes looking.
no.
That sounds
That's the temple
unnecessarily
to the
brutal.
god. That's the antithesis of our god. I wouldn't put anything on it that would give it any kind of honor. Hell, you
Okay,
might
that's
be
fair.
making a sacrifice to it.
That's a valid point.
I think we would kill him right here and leave him on the ground near the altar so that the dragon comes and sees it. And I'd say the same with the man.
Oh, we should have killed him with swords.
Take a whiz on his altar on the altar.
We can still slice him. It's not going to matter that his head's a little bit smushed. God, we're so good, aren't we?
Well, we haven't done it yet. We still got to go down the hill and fight a bunch of dudes that are probably going to put
So,
up much more.
If
fight.
nobody, so we'll dispatch the kid. We'll just
I'm not thrilled
Yeah, it's
about killing a kid.
with the sword
I'll be
and just-
honest.
He's not
I
a
mean-
kid as in teenager.
No,
He's like
no.
20 years old.
right. He's
Oh, so old enough to know what the fuck he's doing. Never mind.
Also,
Yeah.
I
He would
caved in
actually-
front of his head, so even if he does wake up, he's not going to have a good life.
yeah. We dispatch the boy. We leave him. I think we just leave them both right here where they fell in the mess that they've created the world.
Okay, there's blood
And then-
all over the place, and yeah.
And then we will. I think we should say a prayer to Orani that we're doing this to to set forth the faith of Lorani and for the good. Protect
We're
the
doing
people,
this to
protect
save
the
people, not just to kill people.
Right.
Did your studies teach you last rites?
You wouldn't know their last rites.
No, but we can give them Lorani.
Ooh.
I will be fully honest. I was not exactly the most
In this case,
astute
you'd have to
member
give
of the
them.
monastery.
You have to give them first rites.
I did general labor, not very much in the way of anything ceremonial.
You're the maintenance man.
Oh,
I have a 16.
we had such high
Lorani.
hopes for you.
Oh, none of us are very high in piety.
Okay.
Well, my piety is actually at 22. My
Are you going to
ritual
spend
skills-
an uninterrupted hour praying to Lorani?
No.
No, the
We don't
dragon
have
will
time
show up.
to do that right now.
No, we aren't. We aren't going to do that. We made a deal.
No, you
with the
guys are.
dragon.
It's like 30 minutes before midnight right now.
We got to go to the
Oh,
down
really?
to the camp to where the wagon is, guys. Before the wagon.
We probably don't want to delay. We should give a small, a short prayer to Lorani, but we probably shouldn't.
Okay.
extend the
Well,
Yeah, so you do a small prayer, not a whole hour.
We're
should
coming
tell
back
you-
here with the egg anyways. We can do it when we
Yeah,
get back.
we can pray when we get back.
Let's just try to keep this a mental note to come up here and do the hour at this outside this altar, just right outside or something.
That's fine. Yeah, I think the
mean-
gods would understand if we're trying to save people that we don't have time to pray at the moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
agreed.
Okay,
But,
funeral
yeah,
rites.
I don't want these guys to get away with the egg.
Yeah, I have a solid 16 in Lorani, so.
What's my skill in
Um,
religion?
A solid 16 in Lorani.
I'm at 12. I'm at
Yes.
12, buddy. So you're the holiest one around. Oh wait, no, that's Raynard. He's the best at everything.
I have a 27.
In Lorani piety?
Yeah.
okay, you know that.
Oh,
Um,
and
Brown nose.
you
I'm
know.
at
You know
34.
that
Oh my god.
to perform a funeral rite, you would have to know the ritual called passage of the soul. If you don't know that, then you're basically mimicking the ritual. Basically,
Wouldn't do that.
okay.
That'd be rude to all the gods. that.
Someone that has passage of the soul will go directly to the plane of existence of their god. If you don't give them passage of the soul, which is what you're doing, they will have to make what's called a death journey. Kind of like they'll have to fight their way through Valhalla to get to their god or whatever. So when you guys all die, there's a whole death journey.
Okay, so we already know there's nothing we could do for these guys.
Yeah. You don't know what their ritual would be.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go get the horses and get our stuff and
Yeah.
head
And
back
that
down
being
towards.
said, I think this is probably a good time for me to go ahead
And bail out?
head off for the night.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do this. What do you guys all think it's a good time to stop, and then we'll start next week with you guys heading down the hill to the campsite?
Yeah.
It
Because
is
that-
fun.
Have some cultists.
That might be a good spot to stop. I know we only have 45 minutes left, and you probably could go down there, but I think we're in a good stopping spot. That's why I think.
Yeah, I agreed.
Okay, everybody still
Yeah.
gets a skill roll.
Okay.
Alrighty. I
So-
will do.
So pick a skill and roll it. If you used it.
Where's my good old.
We did do folklore, right?
You did.
Okay. At 10, I it's hard to mess that one up.
Right.
Stealth
You did do
For,
stealth. You did stealth.
for
Awareness.
Well-
I'll just do awareness.
I didn't. But
Yeah.
Hey!
Mason did.
Ah!
Um, Hey, Arnie, you actually passed.
I know it's
Look at
like the third in a
that.
row.
Oh,
I'll take it.
awareness. Yeah.
And that one's getting up where it's harder to pass, so I'm happy to pass that.
Yeah.
The question I have too is things like condition.
Yep.
You
Darn,
can
I
raise it.
should.
Is that something we could do now, or is that a special thing? Because
You can raise
it's-
condition
Okay.
because you were in a fight, and fight uses condition to kind of fight your. You didn't
I
actually
didn't,
make a
but-
condition skill roll, right?
No.
But
No,
that's okay.
but-
You were still physically active.
The thing about condition, I think I should save it for the end of the month because it would take multiples of it to affect anything on the sheet. Whereas awareness, another percent is
A
right
percent,
something I can do right away.
Yeah. Especially because you're getting bit close to that big fifth. Like every 5 is the big threshold because that's another crit success chance.
Yeah. I know. So that's
And
good.
one more
I'm glad.
success and you'll be
I'll
at
take
50.
it. I'll take it.
All right.
Yeah, condition. I think you got to raise it by more than 5 to really have
Mhm.
it affect anything.
To have anything, yeah. So it's a lot of checks and seeing that it's 65 as an ML, it would take 8 or 9 tries to get it up there, maybe 8.
We are getting close to the end of this month, so
Or
it's gonna be
more.
nice when we finally get there.
You are. Yeah, you're about to get some DPs.
So, how do DPs work? Do you just apply those to whatever skill you want, or?
Yeah, basically, it's a development point, and it applies just like we do at the end of the night. You just make those rolls, but you can apply them to skills that you've been practicing throughout the month, not specifically the skills you were using. So like
Rainer's
if
been doing his dwarven stuff. He's been studying dwarven
Right.
script.
right, or if you were
Right.
trying to learn a language or trying to learn how to read and write, you could do that with the DPs.
Yeah. I didn't put any effort into that though and let you know or have a trainer. In the
Right.
case of what we were doing, what I assume I was doing is what we talked about from like the second session where each night we go through our battle routines
Your
for
fighting
a
and stuff.
while, our
Yep.
fighting.
Yep.
So fighting related stuff I figured would be a no-brainer on that.
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
It was a fun session.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to uncover some clues to why they're trying,
Okay.
what they're getting, and why they're getting it, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Nothing good considering it's related to a death god.
Yeah, it's nothing good. Not if Morgoth is involved. He's yeah, death. But death is a good thing sometimes. But his death is undeath.
Yeah.
Very bad.
Okay.
Right.
Well, do you guys, wasn't it Skyrim where there was a certain night you had to be at an altar and then it shot like a moonbeam to the sky and it's some weird quest like that. That's what I thought of as soon as I came in the ring of the temple.
Okay,
Oh, man.
okay.
This reminds me of that.
Yeah,
There was
well,
some-
there's a lot
yeah.
like that in Skyrim. There's a lot of undeath, and there's a lot of temples and beams that go into the sky.
Oh yeah. All right. I got.
All right, guys.
A lot of beams that go
Good night.
into the sky. Okay.
All right. See you next week. Take care.
All right,
Bye-bye.
you too.
Bye,
I'm gonna
guys.
go
All
eat
right,
some.
bye.
Good night.
Thanks. Later.
Oh yeah, and everybody else out there in the world. Sorry we ended a little early, but one of our players is working. He's covering Jason. He's covering at work because of somebody's no longer working there, so he has to cover his shift. So that's not a normal thing. So he's expecting that to be alleviated. This will be the last week for that to happen, and then. Yeah, so now we're venturing into the story. We played a couple of different modules. We played the Poor Night, Rich Night, which was a nightly tournament with early on. So the first few games, we played a bandit raid in Roganter, and we played 100 bushels of rye, and the 100 bushels of rye, and then the Field of Daisies. So we've done all of those, but now those were all like what would you call it? Like the introduction to the campaign, and the campaign actually starts with this dragon needing its egg, with this death cult raiding these villages, and all of that is things that I've written myself, and I've got this long campaign drawn out. So we're leaving the pre-gen stuff behind, and we're going into my campaign, which I still might work my way back into some pre-gen stuff just to as filler or just to have fun. But yeah, they're trying to uncover, and this I wrote a campaign that's going to have like 3 epics. So the first epic is to kind of like figure out what's going on, and the second epic is to figure out how to stop it, and then the third epic is to be actually stopping it. So right now they're in the discovery epic. All right, guys.